Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Misty Mountain Streaming. I'm the D&D Wannabe, my name is Rob, and we are back this Misty Mountain Monday with Call of Cthulhu, Hotel Excelsior. And the people are back, and I'm sorry that we had to take a couple weeks off. I never like going away, but I always love coming back. Hello to the Existential Nerd, Leo Yeager, Camaramalama. One of these days that will effortlessly flow off the tongue. And to anyone else viewing us right now, appreciate you all being here. We will get to the story soon. There's Steve. So now seems like a good time to remember who we're playing with and my wonderful players for this game. Let's start with Steve while we've got him.
Test. Is this thing on? Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Steven. I'm Rob's brother. I'm the other half of the currently on hiatus Bardic Twinspiration podcast. I've been playing here for the past several weeks, except the ones where we haven't been here, as Johnny Lawrence, who is a very, very famous actor of the silent movie scene, other than the fact that he is currently out of work and trying very hard not to let anyone realize that. Since coming to the Hotel Excelsior, he has met fellow stars, rubbed shoulders with them, made friends with a couple of people, made enemies with a couple of people, and almost died and almost killed someone. So big, eventful times here at the hotel. And for those of you who remembered last week, the awkward situation that Johnny got himself into, I have thought exactly 5 minutes in the 2 weeks that we've had off about what I might be able to do, and didn't come up with anything. So I will be just as flustered as I was when you last saw me.
Good. We'll pick up in media res in Johnny's panic. Let's see. Let's go to Dr. Abernathy.
Hello. I am Mike, Uncle Mike to some, Diggy Squirrel to others, but Mike is fine. I am playing Dr. Everett Abernathy in this wonderful game that I love very much. He is a prim and proper, highly intelligent, very educated, not very attractive, not very anything else, medical doctor who is on the run from, not on the run, he's hiding in the hotel from the paparazzi who think he maybe killed his wife, which he most certainly did not do. And until very recently, he was a very together, straight-laced, and well-scheduled individual. But rather than, like most characters, kind of slowly snowballing into insanity, Dr. Abernathy is sort of avalanched into insanity and has now, in a matter of about 12 hours, gone over the deep end. So you'll see him losing a lot of his control in favor of insanity in the coming days or hours or maybe minutes.
And I couldn't be looking more forward to it.
I kind of am too.
If y'all see me distracted, I am hunting a fly that has decided to invade my little set now.
It was actually it was pretty good that while I was talking about insanity, you were looking off the corners of the screen at things we couldn't see.
Yep, that works. Let's go to Jack Kealy while I continue the hunt.
Hi, everybody. I'm playing Jack Kealy. My name is Erik Braa. I am an actor and voice talent. You may have heard me in some stuff and things, and sometimes I even read you to sleep on Calm for the sleep stories, as well as the Sleepy Time Broadcast, Braacast, which you can find anywhere you find your podcast. Go check me out. But yes, I'm happy to be visiting the Excelsior, and Jack has done kind of the things he needed to accomplish, but all hell is broken loose, and so I have no idea what's about to happen.
It's getting to be a wild time. Kealy is, it's good that Kealy has gotten some of his goals out of the way, because things are probably about to get very strange very quickly for the man. Last and certainly not least, our resident bootlegger.
Hello. Yeah, I'm Katie. I am an online digital artist. And then my character, Ellie Walker, is also an artist of sorts, making delicious whiskey in the basement of this hotel. Her boyfriend has been murdered. Her friends have recently committed probably a murder. And you know, we're we're here to get into some trouble. And yeah, super excited for it. I don't need really any other updates for her story. She's just doing her best.
Oh yeah.
Which is, you know, depends on the day.
Poor Ellie
Her level
Walker
best.
is very wrong place, wrong time right now. In fact, that's true for most of you at the moment. But then
She's just trying to make a dishonest living. and
I
all
see
the
Ellie
bad
as the
stuff
one
keeps lining up.
instigating everything. She goes around and stirs shit up and then wanders quietly off while we reap the rewards of it.
I know, basically
Just
no
gonna say,
consequences.
Yeah.
the very first thing that was done in the campaign that was even a little bit untoward was breaking into a gentleman's room while he was at breakfast, and that was Ellie Walker. Yeah, you pull
but the
pull at
thing-
the collar if you had one.
The thing she stole made me crazy, not her.
Yeah.
Look, this is all alleged.
Well, it's true. I can't prove it.
Unsubstantiated. All right.
You can't prove anything.
Let's get into some quick reminders and announcements. First things, thank you very much to Kamaramalama, who refreshed the bonus dice that you can buy with your channel points for everyone that didn't start the session with one. They will need it this time. So keep your fingers on the trigger when you see those go away, and do help them out with your channel points that you earn by just sticking around to help them, you know, stay in the game a little bit longer these days. Also, thank you to Adventurer Elrath, Kodaria Cosplay, The Fateless, Keith Healy, Orlok Sabat, Baby 2 Blue, let's go with that, Master Pencil, Swabbuckle, and Riley, Ninja Boy, Natty M, Crungy Mayo, and Smashly. Thank you guys all for following and supporting the channel. We are Misty Mountain Streaming. We like to tell and experience great stories, and our favorite way to do that is to play tabletop role-playing games like Call of Cthulhu. Other
Sorry, that
announcements?
name just made me want to vomit.
What, the Crunchly?
The mayo one,
Oh,
yeah.
Crungy Mayo? Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Smashly, knowing nothing about them other than their name. I dig Smashly.
I will take this opportunity to remind everyone that this is an 18-plus stream. We are all adults playing an adult game, and assume that you are an adult watching and will view at your own discretion. Things haven't been too bad so far, but people are getting murdered left and right nowadays, so who knows when things will go over the deep end. And we expect you to take care with what you put in front of your eyes, and be a good steward of your own mental health as we try and do the best with ourselves. Also, we're doing a giveaway tonight. We have been dragging our feet on actually starting our weekly dice giveaways, which will be taking place on Mondays or Tuesdays going forward. And this Misty Mountain Monday, it is here. We are going to be giving away a set of metal dice. I have them selected here. I don't know how well they're going to show up on the camera, but they are one of our Elder Rune sets. They are Prussian Blue and Matte Gold. This is actually the same set of dice that was the very first set of dice that I have ever purchased from Misty Mountain Gaming, and you will soon have my first set of dice. Well, I mean, dice that I'm not giving those bad boys up, but it's dice that look an awful lot like my very first set of dice from the game, the thing, the stuff. Also, if anyone is watching and could let us know how everyone is looking and sounding, that would be great before we get into the rest of the session and the recording, so that everything is copacetic as we go forward.
Thank you, Existential. Appreciate it.
Oh, Erik is here filling everybody up on bonus dice. Excellent. Good way to start. Let's see. Anything else to announce? If you're not a member of the community Discord, please join the community Discord if you are interested. We have some big changes coming up, things I'm very excited to talk about but can't quite yet, as a few remaining details have to be ironed out. And we're going to be announcing things coming up for the streams in the Discord first. Rob is kind of quiet compared to everybody else. Well, I have the mic inches from my face.
I notice that on the stream sometimes too, so I don't know that we hear it through Discord, but maybe that's what happens on Twitch.
Let me see if there's anything I can do about that. Maybe just
You have like the wrong mic hooked up through Twitch streaming at one point.
one point,
maybe-
but now I only have the one.
Oh, well, I don't know then.
Yeah, Rob
Well,
is the
actually-
last person we want to be quiet compared to
Oh,
everyone else.
I don't
Maybe
know
the
about-
second to last.
Ooh,
You
that
actually have two mics. One of them is in front of you, and the other one's in one of your little windows.
har.
Wow.
Okay, did that make much of a difference? I just kind of blew out the mic when I changed the gain just a little bit, but that is basically the only setting I don't have maxed out right now.
Just yell.
Maybe, maybe I should just be projecting a little bit more. Maybe that's the moral of the story. I should
I
stream
hear you
with
fine.
confidence.
I don't know what anybody's saying.
Yeah, I think we're hearing him through Discord though. So
All right. Why don't we jump back in? Everyone have the dice?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
So we have a little bit of housekeeping to take care of before we get into the session proper, because this is the
Especially
first
in the
time...
elevator.
Yes, well, this is the first time Rob has run Call of Cthulhu, and a few things have been slipping through the cracks as we've run, and longtime Call of Cthulhu players may have picked up on them. But we needed to fix one in particular that happened right at the end of the last session, and that is the sanity of Dr. Everett Abernathy. Turns out, when he lost as much sanity as he did and took his... started off his amnesia and saw his own knife flying around without his consent, he needed to make an intelligence check to find out if he could fathom the implications of what he was seeing. And between the sessions, we have rolled that intelligence check, and turns out he can, which is actually bad.
This is when it's bad to be smart.
And the good doctor is very smart and not terribly sane, a winning combination. So,
The hits just keep coming for like
yeah,
the only objectively helpful guy in this group.
That's Cthulhu, man. That's perfect.
so this will all come out through the roleplay, but there are now consequences to Dr. Abernathy's understanding of what might be going on in the hotel. That means... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, but as you go more insane, your behavior is prone to change. So, as I teased in the front, I may not be the person you came to know as often.
It is also worth noting, I believe, that because of his understanding of mythos, all of a sudden, he is the first of our characters, I believe, to have increased their mythos skill.
I do. It's certainly the floating knife would have given me mythos points. I don't know if you thought the little shrunken arm should also have added any, but I just went with the one.
Let's just go with the one for now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, because I don't know how that guy's arm got shrunk. I don't know.
It's probably not...
Johnny's a spellcaster.
I was going to say, it's probably best not to think about it, because the only person you know that has seen this guy since then is Johnny.
Yeah. And he's the only person alive anywhere near me right now.
Yeah, so... But let's abandon the Doctor and Johnny and their problems for a little bit longer, because we only just flipped back to Ellie and Jack Kealy, who are near the top floor of the hotel at this time, in the room of Professor Friedrich Bauer, awaiting midnight and the arrival of Johnny and Dr. Abernathy. Ellie, you left them downstairs, all the way down in the basement, before trudging up the stairs all the way to get here. And it had occurred to you just before we ended the last session that really they should have been waiting on you when you got up here, not the other way around. Meanwhile, Jack is sitting in this fastidiously kept, almost unlived-in room with the professor awaiting the arrival of others, and Jack knows that Buck, Anthony Buchanan, the wannabe war hero, is due up here any minute to have what is likely to be an unpleasant and short conversation with Professor Bauer. with you in that situation, Ellie and Jack, what are you doing?
I'm waiting. No, that's all I mean, seriously, that's what I am. I'm waiting on them to show up so we can find out what's going on with this doctor.
I believe Ellie, although she is not the smartest character, in this game, definitely not in the building. Enough things have happened, that I saw, Johnny with the guy that has brought up enough red flags. I don't trust him anymore. The fact that he's not here after getting on the elevator with that guy, now I'm super worried. So Ellie is gonna try to excuse herself and actually go down to that floor and try to get them or check on them. Floor 7.
Okay.
Specific.
And I will say, you reminded me then of sorry, I watched so much Futurama when Bender is having an affair with the Donbot's wife and has stolen the Donbot's lucky foot to win a gambling competition and then throws it in the air. It hits the Donbot in the face and the Donbot says, "Now I am suspicious." Now I am suspicious of
where I'm
Terry.
Someone has thrown the foot in my face for sure.
And if only you were Quentin Tarantino, that would be a red letter day. Sorry, I also watched a Quentin Tarantino movie last night. Moving on! Okay, you are heading to the 7th floor. Are you heading for the stairs or the elevator?
I'm gonna take the stairs again, because I trust them a little bit more than the elevator at this moment.
That's fair enough. Do you just silently excuse yourself, or do you let the others know that you're leaving and why you're going?
No, I let them know. So, before turning around, she, obviously they've already kind of come inside the room, and Jack Kealy came inside as well. But I'm gonna turn back around. I believe it's kind of going off of something I said last session a little bit. It's really weird that, especially, well, I don't know about Johnny, but it's weird for Dr. Abernathy to be late to anything. I'm just gonna go get them really quick so that we can have this little meeting, and I'll be right back. That's all she says.
Bauer looks to Kealy, says, of course, would you like either of us to come with you?
I mean, I don't think it's that serious. I'm just gonna go check on them. They're just a couple of floors down, probably. You guys just stay here and get acquainted and have a glass of whiskey. And she sets down her little flask. Well, my flask that I brought up from downstairs.
Well, I'll never say no to that. Thanks, sister.
Any twinge of compulsion that he had to come with you kind of vanishes when you set the drinks down for them.
It's some of the good stuff. It's not the stuff I give Johnny.
In that case, Mr. Kealy and I shall eagerly await your return. And he takes the flask and
a refill.
Unscrews and takes a quick sip before genially offering it to his guest. Not so genially, because he still got the first sip in. All right, Ellie, you are heading for the stairs, and you're heading down to the 7th floor. Let's flip back to the boys, and you will arrive moments later. Make a roll for me, if you would. Just roll a d10.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
If you get an 8 or higher, let me know.
Got it. Let's see. I got a 7.
A 7. Okay. Then you will be unaccosted on your way to the 7th floor. Hooray. Down on the 7th floor, Dr. Abernathy and Johnny are sitting dumbfounded. Johnny's freshly patched wounds next to the corpse. The recently telekinetically impaled corpse of Terry.
Oh shit! I forgot about that part.
That's what made
How
me
did
crazy.
you forget about that?
I have to admit, it's been like a couple
Had
weeks.
2
but
weeks.
I've honestly forgotten a little bit here.
So,
Don't
Johnny,
forget you
I
took the
was like,
notebook
oh,
off
we
of him.
saved
So,
him.
yeah.
How are we gonna get out of this mess? Now, we haven't saved him. How are we gonna get out of this mess?
so let's go back. Johnny
I
was
told
on
you,
his
5
way.
minutes.
Johnny
5
was
minutes
on his
left
way
to it.
up to visit Friedrich Bauer's room.
Mhm.
He was down in the basement killing time. He met Terry. Some stuff was said in front of Terry about a possession that Terry should not have possessed. A notebook of a murdered man. Terry then offered to escort you alone to the elevator, rode it up with you, past the floor that he would reasonably have gotten off on, stopped the elevator, revealing extra floors accessible only with a hotel staff key, and then made as though he was going to accost you. Preventing a physical altercation for the most part, you cast a spell, withered his arm, he spent some time laughing, you killed his ass. Or practically did.
Practically.
And as he was dying in front of you, you decided to go to the doctor's floor and maybe try and save his life. The doctor was chanting this newly translated set of Latin on a piece of paper preserved by Ellie Walker from Reverend Carver's room fire. Man, this is a lot of exposition. And as you were, it sounds like a lot when I say it this way. As he was coming out, he met you. You guys were investigating the body. They were patching up your wounds. The doctor had his first aid kit along, his medical bag, and he had stowed his hunting knife in the back of his breeches as he was on his way out, knowing that something was amiss. And that knife pulled itself from where he was keeping it, flipped around in midair, and despite Johnny's efforts to prevent it, finished off Terry as he lay there on the elevator floor. And that is kind of where we left it.
I thought you called that you took the notebook off of Terry, but I don't know about it. So just as a reminder, and I think you called that you took the hotel pass key.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that too.
That's not a nice knife.
So I have a little moment of just a moment of silence, and I'm in the middle of explaining how if you can survive the meeting we're about to have with Bauer, come back to my room, let me doctor you for an hour or so. I think I can make you feel even better than I have with this little bit of patching. But then the knife flies out, stabs him in the throat. I seem to have completely forgotten about you. In fact, I kind of shove you out of the way to get to the knife that's in his throat. And I pull it out really not like a doctor.
Irreverently.
If he wasn't already dead, he certainly would
he's
be
definitely gonna
from the
bleed
way
out
I
now.
pulled it out.
Yeah.
And I've got the thing up in my face, and I'm smelling it, and I'm touching my tongue to the blood on the blade. And I'm like, did you see that? This thing can fly and kill people. That's awesome. And I use like his nice shirt to clean the knife off. And I say, one of us definitely needs to keep this magic protection knife. And I slide it back into my breeches.
It's a little
Johnny's
damp
just like,
back there now.
Johnny's is now sitting on his ass in the whiskey and blood, just pressed back up against the elevator corner because flying
that was
knives,
my Saturday night right there.
flying knives, dead guy, and Dr. Abernathy, the mustachioed, like, I don't know, like twill-suited, I can't think of a word, but, you know, kind of a little putz or whatever, is now, like, licking blood off knives.
There's blood getting all over my
yeah,
shoes. I don't seem to care.
You just hang on to that. So
Definitely. I'm going to study it. I may be able to make you one just like it, and then we both have magic protection knives.
He's getting that look in his eye.
I'll manage. I really appreciate the gesture.
All right.
Is he what? Oh, Doc, what? He's definitely not alive anymore. What are we gonna do? Like, that's your knife. Though I'm sure my fingerprints are all over this place.
You didn't kill him.
This elevator can't stay stuck here forever.
No, the invisible memory eater killed him, not you. And I start walking off down the hall towards my room.
I'm gonna have a hard time selling that.
Send the police to me if you have problems.
I will calmly
The
explain.
invisible memory eater did it. Bye.
That is also a problem.
I just imagine you're chasing me down the hall, explaining that this is not resolved.
Yeah. I'm just like running my fingers through my head, and I'm like, oh, they still have blood on them.
The elevator begins to descend down to the.
No,
Yeah, and it's sort of dragging his body into it, I imagine.
I've stopped the elevator like where it's barely on the 7th floor, or whatever, or barely not on the 7th floor, I don't know. But it's like it's not going anywhere right now, but someone's gonna come looking for it in a minute. And the 7th floor is a terrible place for it to be.
As we near a room, I say, keep your voice down. I don't want to disturb Travis. I've distracted him with the job of packing up my belongings.
What should we do? Should we tell the police?
As you are having this hurried conversation is roughly when Ellie is entering the hallway.
I turn around and wave. My palm is red.
I feel like there's a lot to process right now.
That's great. Yeah, there's this body.
Does she
half
just
in the
scream and
elevator.
run, or?
Well, for the sake of things, no, it does have to be this way, doesn't it? Obviously, the room to Dr. Abernathy's suite, the main entrance, is very close to the elevator. So she's come out of the stairwell and wrapped around the U of the building, and so she's in the hallway now. And there is you, and there is Johnny, and there is Terry.
Does the elevator door just stay open?
Well, it can't really close with Terry's foot in the way.
Oh, okay.
And it's also I'm imagining this is a little early for it to be everything to be as automated as it is today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing they had to pull the little gate thing and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not to mention, I think you have a stop button in there you could have hit, because that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
I look at Ellie and I just kind of like freeze. It's like, I don't know if I'm
She
running
won't see
away.
me.
I don't know if I'm
vision
running.
is based on movement.
She won't see me.
I don't know if I'm running away or after her. Like, it's a very like, I've got like the blood like across my forehead from where I've been doing this, and I have I have a broken jaw or whatever right now, I think, or something, or at least a really big bruise where
It's
he hit me.
I think I popped it back into
more than
place.
half my hit points.
Yeah. You got some swelling.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to figure out like she's got to make the first move, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when she does it.
You don't realize I'm behind you, like waving like Gomer Pyle.
Oh no,
Exactly.
yeah, I'm walking after.
Charge!
Yeah.
Well, golly.
Well, first of all, thank you, Astral Ticket Fox, for the follow. Appreciate you being here. And second of all,
Hey.
Ellie, what's your reaction to this scene?
Ellie.
Well,
There's a lot of things I could say after Ellie, but that's all I say.
I'm so close to a sanity check for seeing your blood-covered friends next to a body of your coworker, but no,
I think it has to be done.
I'm not quite there. You haven't seen anything extraordinary, just unusual.
it's just murder.
That's pretty fucking unusual.
I think Excelsior is a very interesting place when nothing. It's not unusual to see people dead laying there bleeding out.
That's just Chicago, baby.
Not even the first murder I've seen today.
Do you want to make the sanity check? We can do that. That will absolve you of the decision making of what happens to you next.
No, I think I got it.
Okay.
You just let me know. You just let me know when it's
Nope,
time.
go ahead. Yep.
I'm looking between the three, like at the doctor, and then at Johnny, and then at Terry. May he rest in peace. Finally, Ellie just kind of has a moment where she's like, okay. So you guys are late, and I can't. Okay, I can't do this. Why is there a body in the floor? Is he dead?
I just want to start off by saying there's a very good explanation for why we're late. And
yeah.
And our friend here decided that it was who I am beginning to think probably killed a man last night. Tried to go for a double.
Okay, you do realize that murder is not like buy one get one free, right?
I was trying to explain that to him. Thank you. I don't think he's
getting for free though.
He didn't get the message. It was self-defense.
I kind of lean around and like look at him for a second.
His throat is just sliced.
I didn't do that.
And he's got a little tiny arm.
Oh yeah. Did you walk up to the body, Ellie?
I didn't do that.
I didn't walk up to the body, but I looked at it.
I'll take that excuse. So you see your big old former friend, but Mr. Red Flag embodied. I'm coming through Steve's mic a little bit.
Okay.
You see him, big ol' him, with like this like Emperor Palpatine arm, where the rest of him is, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's so strange. It's so abnormal. Like that big old sleeve when it has just pushed back, and you see this withered, shrunken skin, almost dehydrated, devoid of anything inside but bone.
A flaccid arm, if you will.
Yeah, let's go with that. And I'm gonna need you to make a sanity check. You do have a bonus die, but you cannot use it for sanity. Only other things. I only bring it up to let you know that you cannot use it.
Okay. All right. Well, my sanity is
Don't say it. If you say it, it'll fail.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
not gonna
now. Say it.
Okay. Nope. Mm-mm.
It's fine. We're all mad here. Remember, for anyone who hasn't watched Call of Cthulhu and is just joining us for the first time, rolling low in Cthulhu is good. High, bad. Low, good. It's like golf.
Exactly like golf.
In no way different than golf. How did it go, Ellie?
Well, I failed.
Yeah! Alright. So, do we make the intelligence check now or after we know how much sanity she's lost, Mike?
First, I have my little cheat sheet in front of me. She has an 1 round involuntary action, period. So she drops something, she screams, she vomits, something.
She stabs Johnny.
She's fortunately not armed right now, or that would happen.
She gives Johnny the good stuff.
Right.
I do have a gun.
I believe
that would be insane.
I believe the penalty that I inflicted on the gents for this was a D6. It's been a couple of weeks.
Okay, so that's moving on to the next step. This is just see if she had any kind of reaction. After that, decide how much she loses.
the first step is, yes, Ellie, you scream. You see the dead body, it gets past you. You see your friends covered in blood, it gets past you. But this unnatural thing, this frankly unconscionable, this unexplainable aspect of his physiology, apart from being dead. Like, you see these wounds and the blood loss, and is that your whiskey spilled on the floor? But all of these things are explainable. That arm is not, and you scream.
T-Rex.
That tracks.
I don't know how far she is away from me, but
Not very.
okay.
At most 20 feet, but I imagine
Next, she's got
less.
to lose some sanity, so you decide how much.
Yeah, it's a d6. So roll a d6.
If you roll a 5 or a 6, things get interesting.
So please do that. I like interesting.
Uh-oh.
30% chance.
tell you what I
33%
rolled.
chance. Come on.
Katie doesn't even want to
Come
say it.
on.
She's like, I got a 6.
If I could spin my bonus dice to make you roll a 5 or a 6, I would, but I'm going to play by the rules.
Boxcar.
Look, the chat wants it. Come on. Just do it. Just be a legend and do it.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
We're like 30 minutes in, and this is not going well for
Katie,
me.
Garrus would want you to roll a 5 or a 6. Do it.
The nice thing about going insane is it's a
Manipulate me
death
like that.
spiral. You'll go more insane.
I watched some Mass Effect videos recently, so.
I rolled a 6.
Yes!
Ooh, boom! All right, so on your sheet, reduce your current sanity by 6.
Yeah, okay.
I'm opening the book.
That's the book.
You are temporarily insane. And for 1d10 rounds, Rob gets to control you.
Okay.
Terrible.
Oh, wait, I have to
situation
play my
we're in.
character? This is fantastic.
That's and actually, if we were all insane, we would just disappear for 1d10 hours doing something crazy. But fortunately, Johnny is holding it together right now.
Johnny is the rock of this
Johnny is-
party. That's
Of
He's
all
the
the
voice
all
of
all.
reason.
And she is armed. Thank you for pointing that out,
So,
Eric.
do we need to do the intelligence check now or later?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I've skipped ahead. She needs to make an intelligence roll. She may not understand it, and this may stop right here.
This you can spend your bonus die on. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to cash in my bonus die to give you a penalty die.
Yeah.
Your goal is to roll above your intelligence. You want to fail an intelligence check.
That is not going to be
Oh,
very
wait.
hard.
That's true. So I'm going to give you a bonus die. There we go. Thank you for the reminder, Mike.
Same thing, only
And
different.
yes, I'm trying to make you realize what's going on here.
Crazy.
I'm trying to be helpful.
Uh-huh.
Trying to make you crazy.
Okay. So you said I'm just going to roll it and see what happens.
Yeah. Roll low. Low is good. Low
Roll
is good.
really high.
Low is good in this instance. Trust me, I'm not a doctor. He is.
But I play one on a game.
That's right.
What sort of insanity have we ended up with?
Oh, everybody
she's-
stop the cursing.
Don't
Checking
forget your
to see if
bonus
she
die.
understood what happened.
This is my nephew Gideon.
And the drum roll.
Easily in my top 3 nephews
Uh-huh.
ever.
Yeah. Cute.
Katie, a.k.a. Silver.
If you
aka
are
Silver
not
Pen.
subscribed yet, subscribing is the only way to enter our giveaway for the evening. And if you want to subscribe for good old Gideon appearing on the screen, that's okay too. How'd that roll go, Katie?
My I had a 75
Uh-huh.
and then a 25.
Was the 25 the roll?
Yeah, the 25 would be the success, yes.
You are joining Everett in the the Age of the Enlightened. So I believe that means she gets her first 5 in the Cthulhu Mythos skill as well.
Well, you didn't give it to me on the goofy arm, only on the flying knife. So if the goofy, she doesn't know why
Well,
he has a weird arm.
That's true.
So
I gave it to you on the flying knife because that it drove you insane, as
Yeah,
opposed to the
clearly.
knife.
Yeah, I failed both of these rolls. Is how I ended up where I'm at.
I think the stimulus is less important than the effect, so I'm gonna give it to her on the arm because it drove her insane. I think that's gonna be my trigger for it.
All right. So what you've got to do, Katie, is go to your Cthulhu Mythos skill on your sheet and put a 5 in it. And it is going to automatically lower your maximum sanity by 5.
You got 5 in it.
Nice.
Because now you understand that there is something beyond what you have understood previously going
You
on
about to lose your mind. You got 5 in it.
The other thing you have to do is keep up with how much total sanity you lose between now and basically the end of the game. Because if you lose more than 20% of your current, you're going to go super insane like I have. Right now, you're only a little insane. And you need to give her a bout of madness for a D10 rounds.
Brilliant. I don't like leaving those to chance, so I'm going to select one for you.
Yeah, that's what I would do. So for 1d10 rounds, you're going to behave as Rob sees fit.
Yay.
This was, for me, it was amnesia. I couldn't figure out what was going on for a few minutes, but I had Johnny there. He's my rock, and he kept me sane. He kept me together until the knife started flying.
I have selected for you, dear.
You remember how we were talking about how I had done so many bad things and I had no consequences?
Oh, how your uppance has come.
So the turntables.
So,
Here they are.
Ellie, you are going to experience a new mania. You have Thanatomania, which is a belief that you are cursed by death magic of some kind. Everyone around you is dying. The guy whose room you went into, your boyfriend, the last coworker you spoke to, everyone around you, except you, its curse is fated by something beyond your kin to die horribly. Not just keel over peacefully or go quietly in their sleep, but to die a terrible death. After screaming, Johnny and Dr. Abernathy, at the sight of the dead Terry, you're not sure particularly what aspect of it might have set her off. She was coming up to you, and she seemed relatively cool and collected, and she sees Terry, and her eyes go wide, and screams. She drops to the floor, and then on the floor, crawling backwards on all fours like some kind of crab creature, she scuttles away from you, trying to get away from you, screaming at the top of her lungs, "Stay away, or you'll die."
As soon as she starts screaming, okay, that is a little bit concerning. But the more concerning thing is screaming woman near the dead body whose blood I have on my face. So I'm just running down the hall as quick as I can to slap my hand over her mouth to stop the noise. It's probably too late, but you know, you got to do what you can.
Say goodbye to Johnny Lawrence, everybody.
At the scream, by the way, but as you approach her, she's trying as quickly as she can to just scramble away, desperately trying, kicking at you to try and free herself from you, and screaming, "No, no, no, get away, for your own safety, for God's sake, you'll die." Two faces appear in the hallway. One, the door in front of you, Everett. Travis Cole arrives with your hunting rifle in his hand.
Awesome.
Secondly, Anthony Buchanan, wannabe war hero spins around the corner with a revolver in his hand.
Oh, Buck's on the scene.
He was ascending the stairs to come up and meet Kealy outside of Bauer's room when he heard a woman scream.
Great. Mm-hmm.
That guy climbs stairs really slowly, by the way, for how fit he is.
Well,
Yeah.
technically it's still a little bit before midnight. Y'all were early upstairs. And almost simultaneously in one voice, Buck and Travis, guns drawn and pointed at nothing in particular, shout, "What's going on?"
Is this while I am like holding her down
Yep.
and with my hand over her
Yep.
mouth, or like right before that
wait.
happened?
No, my question is, did Johnny actually get to her first?
That's my question. Yeah.
Let's say you are poised over Ellie, trying to like scramble away from you at this moment. Covered in blood and whiskey, let's recall.
Excellent. Excellent.
Ellie, check the little box on your sheet that says
It was a good
temporary
weekend.
insanity. Rob, it lasts for a D 10 hours, which
I'm rolling
she'll
that
probably
now.
rest before then. That's for you to know. And then, Ellie, for me and you, for both of our manias, Rob decides when we are forced to deal with it from here on. So if he says that like you have to get away from somebody or you have to react somehow, until you do that, you take a penalty dice on everything you do. And I have a similar mania, but apparently we're keeping mine secret.
Well, we had the opportunity to talk beforehand about it. I basically have to tell Ellie on stream.
Oh no! I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
In the interest of fairness, should we say or should we not?
I kind of already demonstrated.
That's true.
You turn into a vampire or something.
That's it. Yep. Let's not look any further into it than that.
That seems wise.
Kealy, let's do this. Would you give me a listen check, by the way? Just to see if we should get you involved. I think Ellie's got a pair of lungs on her. That's 2 floors away, but I mean...
You know, the thing about these walls in the Excelsior...
It phases me in no way.
Paper thin.
Phases you in... No, you got
I'm kidding. I have a... Let's see, sorry, I forgot. Listed is 55, 27, and 11, and I got a 30.
A 30.
So you made it.
So
you're in.
You hear the sound of a woman screaming, and you... It sounded like Ellie. It sounded far away. Like you barely heard it.
Echoing through the open elevator
Why would I
shaft.
want to leave?
Yeah. You don't
Listen,
have to leave.
doctor, I guess we have to go down maybe and find out what's going on. It sounded like Ellie. This whiskey's so good, though.
He's like...
Exactly.
Very
I guess I better find out what's going on.
She handed over the bottle. She served her purpose.
Lana!
Lana!
He kind of looks both ways and then takes the flask and is ready to go with you wherever you're heading.
Oh, great.
I am looking for my pistol and heading that way.
As you make for
I go to the
door-
elevator to call for it.
As you make for the door, by the way, Bauer reaches out and grabs your shoulder. He's not a strong man, but he's not trying to physically stop you, more like to let you know. He says, "So you know, outside of this room, we are not protected."
Protected? The hell are you on about?
I did not have time to explain myself, but I have placed wards upon this room, and it is safe from what is outside.
What exactly is outside there, Doctor?
I could tell you. It would take time, and I'm not sure you would believe me. Rather,
How long does it take to tell me what's going on?
are the lives of those outside worth risking your own?
Well, yeah, let's not get hasty about things.
When you put it that way,
I
you
mean,
make a damn good argument.
I was just kind of hoping to maybe score a little something before I left. Sure, what are we talking about here?
All right. In that case, Dr. Bauer will remain with Jack Kealy and explain to him how he believes, as he has expressed to the others in the group before now, that there is an entity known as a Loigor here in the hotel that is eating memories and is willing to kill to protect itself and the hotel's secret.
Oh, I get it. You're trying to get a script made. I see what's happening here. Hey, listen, pal, I've heard them all right? I mean, look, I know I work for a studio, but I don't make the decisions like that. I can't necessarily put your script in front of somebody.
I am not
This sounds
looking to
like
be cast
crazy pants.
or paid for my ideas. This is not my idea. This is the truth, whether or not you are able to see it. I am trying to save your life.
So you have one of these wards I could wear, perhaps?
He begins the lengthy process of explaining to you how he has set up different symbols in the corners of the room, innocuous to the naked eye. And as he is doing so, we return downstairs. Johnny and Everett, as the saner of the bunch right now, Buck begins charging in.
I think the last question was, what's going on?
Yeah. He
So
seems to be
I'll leave-
eager to find a reason to employ the instruments of death he is holding in his hand, whereas Travis looks bewildered.
I just quietly say, Travis, is this loaded? As I put my hand on the rifle.
Is?
Perfect. I say, what's going on is the invisible dream-eating monster has struck again. Oh, and my dagger is my hunting knife is magical now, and I take the rifle from him.
Roll.
Turn my back.
Roll something. After that explanation,
You hang on
he
to this.
may
That'll
not
protect
be
you much
eager.
better than the
That's
rifle.
what-
He may
I
not
was
be
really
eager
confused
to
as-
release that.
I'm troubled as to how Bauer was having such a hard time explaining it when it can basically be done in one sentence.
I don't know if this would be persuasion or charm, whatever you think dictates your relationship with Travis. Please roll it. Remember, you have a bonus die. In fact, I'll already give you a bonus die based on your history with Travis. He is inclined to believe you, but you can have more than one bonus die in Call of Cthulhu.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not very good at persuade.
You can do charm if you'd rather.
Yeah, okay. I've got a check mark in charm. I'm gonna go for persuade, and I'll take the bonus dice.
The bonus
be-
dice.
I'll be right back. I have got to grab a fan for this room.
Go ahead. All right, there it is. Good luck.
Oh, I burn 6 luck to make it.
Excellent.
So I rolled a 20. With 6 luck, I get down to a 14, which is a regular success on my persuasion, and I put a check mark in it, and I'm marking off 6 luck.
I don't think you put a check mark when you use luck to get there.
You do, because I checked it, but
You do?
you run it however you want to.
Nope.
I did look into that.
If you looked into it, I believe you more than myself.
The
as I
main
am.
reason I did it. Yep.
There you go.
I will check that out when I come back out. Love you, buddy.
I hear Steve talking.
I think he has multiple mics open.
He very well might. So Travis, just kind of bewildered. I don't think you've broken through to him. I don't think you have convinced him of anything you're saying. But your years together have built up enough trust that he releases your gun into your hands, despite the obvious drivel that you are spouting. As you waggle your bloodstained knife and shove it back into
I was about to say, I'm also
pants.
covered in blood, and my shirt's all undone, and my tie's crooked, and
And there's a medical bag, and there's Johnny Lawrence standing over Ellie, who is panicking to get away. She was retreating towards Buck, and if she retreats any further towards Buck, then Buck might be caught in the curse! And so she just sort of curls up in a ball and just begs Johnny to get away from her. Buck, seeing a bloodstained man over a defenseless woman, His
He's backing up away from him.
yeah, his good old his instincts and his sexism coming into play a little bit. He storms towards Johnny and says, "You get away from her. Back up and keep your hands where I can see them."
I'm backing up. I'm backing up. I am beside myself because my one thought is, well, at least maybe Everett will stick up for me. But now he's spouting nonsense. At least he can attest that, maybe that I didn't kill the guy, or, when that comes around.
And the guy spouting nonsense has a rifle now.
Yeah, well, that's maybe good for me. I'm not really sure on that point. So for now, I'm just going to listen to the people with the guns, and I'm just going to back up and, keep my hands up and against the wall.
Kill them all. What?
I say, sir, I don't think I know Buck.
No, I think
because
you've
he
interacted
just
with him
arrived.
No.
Saw him
He
at
was
the
at-
casino.
He was at the
He was at
casino
the
and you
poker
haven't seen
tables.
him since.
Yep. He was at the poker tables. What's his last name?
Buchanan.
Hold on.
Buchanan. Oh, of course. So I say, Mr. Buchanan, stand down. None of these people are responsible for the carnage here. I'm trying to heal the injured. Don't make the situation worse by hurting someone further than they already are.
Yep. Listen to him. Listen to him.
The culprit of this crime is not present.
You're telling them
he-
to listen to the crazy
You don't
guy?
even have to roll. Because as you say that, a light clicks on behind Anthony's Buchanan's eyes. Says, "Of course, you're right. I knew he would strike again. Keep this lot safe. I'll be right back."
Mike, I think. Thank you, sir. I'm glad to have someone on our side.
Oh, nice to see what you're doing.
He goes
All right.
charging towards the stairs at the full tilt that a very in-shape man can go.
Well, I'm going right up those stairs, I tell you what.
Should we? I don't know if we. I'm really happy he's leaving, but I don't know if we should let him go.
I think he's probably going to kill the invisible memory eater. He seemed to know about it.
We didn't even explain that was a thing.
Yeah, well, he's in on it. He must know about it. I mean, I'm not the only person who's figured this out, Johnny.
Okay. Look, you're a smart guy. Tell me what we're supposed to do here. Like, do we just leave him there in the elevator and just send it back down, and hopefully no one notices that it was on the 7th floor? I don't even know if they can tell that from the lobby. They probably can. They probably can.
Calm down, Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence, calm down.
Or we could toss him out the window, make him look like a jumper. If there's nothing, if he's just a pancake, then you can't tell he was stabbed.
Mr. Lawrence,
Ellie, you may
this
resume
entire floor is
control of your
mine.
character.
If you're very upset about the body, drag it into
You're
one
right.
of my rooms.
We should toss him from a different floor. That would be too suspicious.
Travis, will you help Mr. Lawrence carry the body of this miscreant somewhere?
Yes, sir. Mr. Lawrence, we'll use my bed to take him.
Grab a blanket, wrap him up or something so the blood doesn't go everywhere. Mr. Lawrence is troubled by it. He's upset.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He walks over to Johnny and says, "Is everything all right with Everett?"
Look, buddy, I don't know what to say. I don't know if there's anything all right with it. I don't know if everything's all right with anyone right now. But out of all of us, least of all this guy. So, and the only person who could be in a worse situation than him is the rest of us if we handle this wrong. So, if he says let's move him, let's move him.
I shoulder the rifle and say, "Chop, chop, gentlemen. Be quick. The information is to be found in Professor Bauer's room. We're going to be late. That's where we'll find our answers."
Johnny, do you help him take the body into the suite?
I do, and I take after I put him on the bed. I ask Travis to clean up, do what he can to clean up the elevator, and then send it back down to the first floor as quick as he can, and I'm going to, while he's gone, assuming he complies, I'm going to take like 2 minutes in the bathroom to try to get some blood off myself, and I'm going to steal one of Travis's shirts and toss mine.
Sounds good. You do that. That
Is
gives
he
me...
bigger than me, or like smaller than me, or I don't know.
You're a
I'm just
little
stuck.
broader in the chest, but you can, it's just a tight fit, right?
Yeah.
It's,
Okay.
It's the way most men's clothing is cut these days. That does not work for a man of my body type.
I'll roll up my sleeves. And does he have a straight razor or like any sort of self-defense item in his room that I see while he's gone, or that like I can find by just popping a drawer open?
Let's make a luck roll.
I have 5.
I'm about to say, I think somebody spent like 40 luck last game.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
You want to spend a bonus die?
No,
Or can you
I
spend
got a
bonus
20.
die? I forget.
I don't think I got a
I don't
20.
think you can.
And that's more than 5. So
To answer TL Holdren, in Call of Cthulhu, luck is an actual stat that you can burn to do things. But sometimes you have to roll it, and when you do, it's a shame that you burned it all. Otherwise, 20s would have
Yeah, but
worked.
you also have to like use it to replace the numbers that you're down from your or off of your roll. So if you're
yeah.
5 off, you take 5 of your luck. But when you lose your luck, you start getting to a point where you're going to be in real trouble later. Yeah,
Yep, you become pretty
Like
unlucky when
this
you don't have any
guy.
luck left.
it's a balance.
yeah, so I spent like 80-90% of my luck last session in order to win the fight and not die. And now I'm thinking, what did I live for? For what did I survive?
Ellie, you are on the floor of the hallway. Buck has run away. Johnny's run away. Travis has run away. Dr. Abernathy is smugly standing about 8 feet away from you with a rifle on his shoulder. Your mania has not passed, but control of your character is back in your hands. Do you want to do anything?
Well, now that some people have left, I'm less worried because they're safe for now. I'm not. Dr. Abernathy seems to still be alive, so hopefully he's far enough away from me to not succumb to the curse immediately. I'm gonna check my gun and make sure it's loaded just in case.
Sure is.
I've been waiting for her to pull this thing out. I can't wait.
Once I check on it, I'm gonna put
They're
it back.
going like, "Oh, is there one in the chamber?" Yeah, there's totally one. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it back wherever I was keeping it, which may
Is it a revolver or what is it?
I had this answer, and I don't have it at the tip of my tongue at the moment.
I'm guessing a 38 specials, eh?
I
No, I
think
don't know. I'm kidding.
it's a
Could well be.
revolver.
We'll have a look.
The old Colts were 1915s. That's what I have.
I'm pretty sure that's
It's the same gun as the one you picked up, because he had a type.
yeah.
If I think Ellie is because I don't know that I'm insane. If I think
No.
she's suffering some insanity, or if she seems agitated or whatever, I will try to talk her down off the ledge with the quickie version of psychoanalysis to give her a temporary break. But I think you said she's cool right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the weapons.
Thank you so much, Google, for reminding me my dead friend's birthday is coming up.
Oh no.
I just
can't
looked at it.
forget-
I almost started bawling. I was like, "Oh no!"
Can't forget anything in the modern era.
Is it a revolver or an automatic?
It's a revolver.
So it's probably the 38 or the 32.
Let's
a
say it's
38.
the. Let's say it's the 38. Why not? Let's give him the. He's a hitman. Let's give him the extra the D10 instead of the D8.
Yeah, the D10 with 15 yards, 6 in the revolver, of course, and you can ban up to 3 out of it if you don't care if they hit.
Let's go ahead and determine your hunting rifle. By the way, you are a man of means.
I had it down as a 3-03, but if you want it to be something else, that's fine. I thought that was reasonable.
I was looking at the 30-06 for you. It's a pretty powerful weapon. It's kind of expensive, but no, sorry. Yeah. I mean, it's a $75 rifle, but it can shoot. It has the best range on any other rifle, so I figured, you know, what would you be doing near your prey?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll take it. I'll change it to that. Thank you. That is a nice weapon.
Well, only the best for a medical man.
Kamarama Lama, I'm so glad you got the shirt.
So sorry. Any calls, Ellie? You've checked the gun. Abernathy is there. Abernathy, you see her check the gun. I don't know if you consider
Good.
Ellie the gun checking type, but it seems like this is all coming together. Everybody's loaded for bear.
Yeah. After checking on that, like, I stand back up. Just a whole lot just happened in like 5 minutes of time. Johnny Lawrence is covered in blood and gone, and Buck ran high speed somewhere in a very confusing manner, and there's a dead body, and everybody's got a gun. So Ellie is gonna compartmentalize a little bit here, stands up and just starts kind of pacing back and forth for a minute. Put the gun back not in my hands. And I'll reach down like I'm trying to get a drink of my whiskey, because that sounds like it would be great right now, and I remember it's gone upstairs. So I'm gonna turn around and look at the doctor and just kind of, are you still coming upstairs for the meeting? 'Cause I don't know if that's still relevant anymore.
Oh no, absolutely. We need to go up there. I think Professor Bauer is going to be the key to. I mean, I don't know if your gun, my rifle, can even harm the invisible memory eater. It may be that only my magical flying hunting dagger can do it. He says it
Have a bite of
totally
Joe.
straight faced. Like I'm buttoning my shirt back up, and I'm back to more or less normal. I'm like, man, I've got blood all over me. I start cleaning it off, rolling my sleeves down, get my medical bag, put the weapon on my shoulder. They're disposing of the body right now, and then we'll head on up. I think we should stick together.
Listen. And contrary to what people might do when they ask someone to listen, I'm going to take a step back. Doctor has a lot of words. I have a hypothetical question. Could you said there was a something invisible memory eater? I don't know. I wasn't listening that much.
It's called like a Loigor or something like that. Professor Bauer knows.
Okay. Well,
I'm just trying to simplify it for everybody.
do you?
Invisible memory eater. It's the easier way to think of.
I see.
From the original Latin.
Sorry, there's a barking dog behind me. Do you know could it possibly, like, I don't know, like curse people to horribly die? Is that like a thing that it could possibly do?
Did you say you can curse people, or do I just think there might be a curse?
No, I was just hypothetically, since you
Absolutely,
seem to
100%. Yep, that's a thing. Yep, that happens.
Okay,
I don't know how frequently, but it definitely happens.
so confident. Okay. Well, just stay. Just don't. I'm gonna go up first, and you stay like a floor below me.
I don't think you should go up first. I think we need to stick together.
Okay. Well, you need to stay really far back away from me, or your head's gonna explode, or you're gonna, uh, you know, die, but in a worse way than normal people die.
Mm,
I
so
feel it.
I don't think there's much worse than the magic dagger flying over and jabbing you in the neck, but right now it seems to be on my side.
Well, it could turn on you. So, I mean, have you had a conversation with the? I can't. And she just. I'm
I
just gonna
bonded
turn
to it.
around.
I think we're fine.
I am leaving this conversation right now, mid sentence.
If I think she's agitated and I can calm her down, I would try. But I think it's perfectly reasonable that there may be a curse floating around. So I'm not sure, Like as a doctor, I still would want to make her feel better if I can. But
let's do that. You're not necessarily trying to dissuade her from this belief, but you are trying to
calm her
and soothe her and make sure that she is acting at her best for whatever is to come.
All right, I will go for my psychoanalysis. I don't think I have another bonus die, or I would use it.
Mike is more chaotic as a player than he's ever been as a DM.
You haven't played with him as a DM very much.
I've done it a little bit.
No, I fail and I cannot fix it. So I try to talk you off the ledge, and instead I just climb out there with you.
Ellie is beginning then.
Welcome.
Are you making your way away, or are you taking the doctor's advice and remaining for a little longer?
I am headed towards the stairs again. Not so swiftly to like immediately be like just through the door and I'm running for it. But I'm headed that way.
Just
This
enough to
conversation
be.
actually,
I mean, you should be pretty much at the door. I mean.
just enough to be conveniently separated when something goes wrong.
I honestly don't think I'd let her be alone. So if I have to trail at a distance, I will, but I'm going to.
Okay. So y'all are heading that way. Johnny, you are primping yourself after you have assisted. Travis decided better of it. He's had you take him to the tub. And he is starting to try and kind of clean the mess a bit, per instructions, as you are primping yourself. You're nearly done with that process. Travis notices you take one of his shirts and doesn't complain. Absolute rock, that man. Meanwhile, however, Jack Kealy, you are in the process of having a conversation with Professor Bauer, saying, and if you see these signs in the corners of the room, that is a perimeter that the creature may not pass of its own accord. It would have to be summoned or beckoned, invited into the space for it to be allowed, or the wards would have to be destroyed in some way.
So you're saying if I leave this room, it's who knows?
Perhaps no harm would come to you. But certainly, if you remain, no harm will come to you. And that was why I set this as the place of meeting.
Huh. How about that? Well, I imagine we're going to see our friend, I think we're going to see Buck any minute now.
You hear a thump, 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 thump of feet running down the hallway as you say that. As Bauer says,
right on cue.
Buck? Bauer had not locked the door. He was expecting people to arrive. Nevertheless, without even trying the handle, the door is kicked in. As Buck's size 12 boot comes through and he crashes in holding his gun and points it at the first person he sees, which is you, Jack.
Whoa!
knows
whoa.
that you are not Bauer, turns, and aims at Bauer and says, "I got you, you son of a bitch."
Wait!
Says, "No, we've done enough waiting. Enough people have died at this man's hands."
I'm going to move to try to settle him down and not let him shoot.
The gun kind of waves at various angles, trying to find its way to Bauer on the other side of you. You have interposed yourself. Are you trying to verbally soothe him? Or are you trying to take
I'm
the
not
gun
trying to
away,
stop
or...
bullets, but I am trying to calm him down. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. What do you say? What do you do in that effort?
Buck, you need to calm down. Perhaps there's something we don't know. Why are you all... What the hell's wrong with you? Why are you worked up this way?
He couldn't stop it, Ricci and that Reverend. He killed the fucking bellhop, too! He's down there on floor 7 painting the whole carpet red.
What? Who's dead? What are you talking about?
It's the fucking
Let's
bellhop!
not
I don't
sound
remember
crazy.
his name!
Don't remember his name.
This is the
But
folks,
you know the
folks
bellhop.
downstairs, the good doctor and whatnot, they told me. They told me that he killed him.
Did they now? That sounds odd
They
because
sure
he's been
did.
with
Get out
me
of
the
the
whole
way!
time.
Yeah, how long you been with him?
Well, for the last... I think it's been 20, 30 at least. I thought it was like an hour.
Felt like that long. Him talking.
Once again, I do the... I'm not wearing a watch, but
Yeah.
I'm...
Tell you what, you're trying to calm him down and to make him reasonably explain himself in a situation that is,
Oh, here
is
we
clearly
go.
unreasonable. Let's roll your persuasion, please.
Persuasion, God.
Do you have a check in that
Persuade
already?
is...
Oh no!
I have numbers there, but I do not have a checkbox or anything.
All
on
right.
it.
Now remember, you have a bonus die if you want to use it here.
I am going to use my bonus die,
Going to use your bonus die.
and it's a good thing I did, because that puts me at a 20-0, 220, 22-0.
2-0. I imagine that's under Jack Kealy's persuasion.
His middle is 22,
Okay. That's a
and his
hard
9
success.
is super success.
So you manage to calm Buck. Buck has had this kind of connection with you most of this time. Thank you for repurchasing his bonus die chat.
Thank you.
I just noticed mine too. Thank you.
Yep. I think I've been keeping up with it so far this stream. He's kind of had this connection with you, and he seems to trust you more than most. And he was excited. He felt vindicated when you agreed to come and give Bauer a reckoning. And when you, of all people, are telling him to maybe calm it down a notch, he takes some kind of pause. Says,
Easy, Buck. Calm down for a moment. Let's discuss this before we get too crazy.
says, "Come on, Jack. He's one of them German touch. He was on the wrong side of the war. He's a spy. He's a infiltrator. He's a criminal. He's a murderer, Jack.
His whole
He's
hotel
killed twice before.
seems
He's
to
killed
be filled
again.
with crazy.
We can't let him do it again. He might kill you next.
You need to listen to what he has to say first.
Why didn't you
Calm
wait for me? What are you
down.
doing in here in the first place?"
Well, first of all, he's telling me that it's crazy pants outside the doors of this room. So let's relax for a second, okay?
Now that your friend has entered, it is crazy pants inside of here as well.
I thought your little wards were going to help. What the hell is you telling me,
It
Doctor?
only wards away monsters, not the likes of him.
Oh, for the fucking shit. All right, listen, Buck, you need to calm down and relax, okay? I was really hoping that thing was going to work. Thanks a lot, Doc. Maybe we need to step outside or... Oh, wait, no. Maybe you needed to stand right there at the door and hold on a minute. Give me your gun.
Oh, I'm gonna need
Who's
you.
gonna shoot you? Me? Come on. I'm your buddy, Buck.
I'm gonna need you to make a charm roll, and you're gonna have to roll a hard charm roll on
Fuck.
him.
I'm screwed.
You can use
You
your
got a
bonus
bonus
die
die.
again if you want to.
Oh my god, I'm gonna try the bonus die because that was a terrible.
All right,
roll.
just roll that 10 again.
Yes. Roll your bonus die.
God,
Spend
it's
your
even
luck.
worse.
Spend all your luck.
I
Not-
spent all of my stuff and I failed miserably.
Says. Now, Jack, I think we are two of
Oh,
a
wait a
kind.
second.
Oh,
I looked at the wrong number.
ah,
I was nailed it on 85.
85 is your charm.
85 is my charm, and I rolled an 85 and then re-rolled thinking I was too high and rolled a 95.
Okay,
So
so
you got a
96.
regular success. Yeah.
I needed a hard success to talk.
So I still failed
But-
anyway. It doesn't matter, yeah.
Yes. But
But
that-
you get a
that-
check mark.
that is.
right.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so, because
Not if you didn't hit the target.
Succeed.
Dang.
So
Okay.
you haven't offended Buck. You haven't spoiled your friendship or anything. But now I will say, there's always the option to push the roll. If you fail a roll and if you want another try, you can try again and just straight up re-roll your percentile dice. If you succeed, everything happens like you want it to. If you fail, though, Buck's gonna see you as part of the problem, maybe complicit in this.
Oh, fuck.
Do you want to try, or do you want to skip over and satisfy yourself?
You know
with
what? I've
failure?
never done it, so let's push it.
Ooh.
There you go.
This is the
Yes!
night we all get killed.
Yes.
Do I get to
Do it.
re-roll it again? Then?
Yeah,
Is what
you
you're
get
saying?
You need a
com-
40 whatever,
completely
42
re-roll.
or something.
Sorry, I got a 19.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. Okay.
So that's a hard
probably an
success.
extreme.
So
Oh yeah, that's the big one. That's the biggest one.
this is a mechanic. I don't-
Well, sorry, it's 19 versus a 12 is my hardest success.
Okay,
So
you
that-
still
that
made
was-
the hard.
That was hard. That wasn't extreme, but you succeeded. That is huge. Pushing
Check your
rolls
box,
is not
check your
something
box.
that
Put
we
your
have
check mark.
done much of on
I
this.
I
channel.
wanted to try it because we've never done
Yes,
it.
and the good news for you is if you succeed, everything continues just like you want. If it fails, something worse than just normally failing happens. I was gonna have Buck plug you, man. I'm gonna have him
That's
murder you
stupid.
both, and that is
Hey,
great.
don't butt
But-
plug anybody. Come on,
I
calm
was
down.
gonna say
But-
in the gun sort of way. Stop saying but.
Buck gives you a side eye and says,
Butt plug. Butt plug.
I'm gonna feel pretty naked without this thing, but I trust you, Jack. And he does a quick little flip and hands you the butt of his pistol. I said butt again.
It's
There
the
you're welcome,
wise
Steve.
choice, Buck. Listen, Buck, go over there and get yourself a plug. It's the wise choice,
Oh,
Buck. I
man.
can't believe I pushed that and got it. And
Thank
then
you.
what is the repercussion of doing a push?
There's none if you succeed.
None if you succeed.
So when you succeed, it actually okay. Wow,
it actually
worked.
works. That's
If you failed, basically the
Son of
worst
a
possible
bitch.
thing happened.
Oh, the worst possible. Okay, I got you.
so
All
he
if
right.
you
would-
failed,
yeah, he
yeah.
So
would've
it could have
thought-
been bad, but then it could have been even worse.
Yeah, if you had
And
just
now I've
right.
somehow survived. Okay.
So it's just for the
This game
sake
is
of
interesting.
explaining things for the stream. If you had failed and just left it at that, he would have said, I like you, Jack, but I can't give up my gun. If you had pushed and failed, he would have said, I see. You're working together. You're part of the problem. How long you been in on this? And he would have, we would have started a combat. But instead, you pushed and succeeded, and he says, you know what? You're right. If I can trust anybody in this hotel, it's Jack motherfucking Kealy.
By the way,
and that is
I don't
where we
know.
got.
I don't know if anybody in the stream knows this, but I stole this name from my friend Jack Kealy, and I told him, I said, "Your name is so cool. I'm using it for my character name. Is this a problem?" And he goes, "No, it's fucking awesome. Thanks, man." I was like,
So,
Well, you're about to be Jack Keeled, so
yeah, right.
Buck
Thank
Buck
God I'm
hands
not
over
Jack
his
Keeler.
gun to you. You see the breath that Bauer was
Man,
holding.
your kid looks really different in this light, Steven.
Yeah. This dog
See
is
him-
is responsible for unplugging
Oh,
my
the
webcam.
dog. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I thought your kid was still in your lap. I'm kidding.
No.
What up,
Yeah,
Cha?
and he's trying to drink my whiskey, so this is going great.
Well, at this time, Ellie is heading up the stairs. Abernathy is following behind. Johnny has just kind of finished doing what he's doing, and he's heading up to the room. Jack Kealy has diffused this immediate danger in Friedrich Bauer's room, and we're going to take our break. We're going to come back here in 11 minutes. We're going to come back at the 35 mark. If you are interested in a set of free metal dice, don't forget to enter our cool giveaway. Buy yourself some tickets. I think we have, let's see. Let's have a look at the giveaway real quick before we go away.
We have butt
200
dice.
tickets have been purchased by only 2 people. Two
What?
people have maxed out all their tickets. Odds are good, guys. If you want to get in on this thing, only subscribers can enter. Subscribe to enter, and you could be coming away with one of my favorite sets that Misty Mountain Gaming has on their offer. You're only competing with 2 other people, so come on and get in on it. We will be back in a few minutes. Enjoy some wait music, and we will pick up right where we left off. We'll see you in a bit.
I have a question for you, Rob. your sanity stuff for another turn.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Sorry, we were gone a little bit longer than I anticipated. I decided to eat a snack. Thank you, by the way, to TL Holdren, who gifted 6 community subs. 1 to our friend of the channel, Bliss, frequent broadcast happy hour co-host, as well as several others. Grim got a gift from... How did Grim need a gifted sub from us? What the heck? Terrible Trio Creation, some of our Saturday night streamers. Ominous Watermelon, who is here with us now.
Hello, Majestic
As
Biscuit.
well as others. If you guys weren't previously subbed, you can enter the sub giveaway now because you have been entered into it by the generosity of Holdren, who I only realized today dropped a great Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist cosplay in our Discord. That was pretty impressive. Made the nose for it himself.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. I'm not good at making things in the real world, so anyone who can is impressive.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was just trying to show this off. I got this really cool leather roll-up dice tray that has my beard printed on the inside. That's super cool.
I can put stuff on stuff. I will grant you that. And there's the kitty getting scritches.
Hello,
Katie's trying to out-pet me.
Signaling a touchdown.
We're trying to out-pet each other. This sounds wrong.
It does sound wrong.
All right, let's get back into it. So let's... What is that? Corpse water?
Lake Mead Corpse Water. My friends at Blaspheme that do all of my shirts, which, by the way, Mike, I was just told that yours has shipped today.
Saw that. Thank you very much.
They do this corpse water that you can find at their site. And it is from Lake Mead and all those bodies that keep washing up thanks to the drought.
Goodness. I thought it
You
was
heard
a shot
about
of
this,
vodka
right?
or something.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
All the bodies the mob quote unquote threw into Lake Mead, and one of them was in a barrel, and they found it recently. And so that's when she said, "Well, okay, I'm gonna go over and scoop up some Lake Mead water." And then it honestly, guys, this is parody, but it really swirls and it looks awesome. And she does these for spells and potions as well, like at her shop in Vegas. There, check them out at blasphemeboutique.com.
We've actually, my little helper, Savannah, who, Mike, you were here when she clocked out earlier today. She makes those things for us at Misty Mountain.
Yeah.
But, of course, they're not
awesome.
Marketed as corpse water. They're marketed as healing potion.
Use broadcast 10 and you get yourself a discount.
All right. So, I'm going to say you are all arriving at the scene in Friedrich's room here.
I could cut glass right now. I'm so excited.
Kealy is already there. Ellie, you are arriving right now. Abernathy and Lawrence, y'all just introduce yourselves in the next few seconds as you deem appropriate. I won't police it. Y'all arrive when you think it would be comedically or dramatically appropriate to do so. Just arrive in order, please. So Ellie, you are walking up to the room as you are hearing Jack talking and soothing Buck down. And you get your face in the doorway just a few feet from Buck's back as you see him handing over his gun that he was waving around downstairs over to Jack.
All right. You know, like at this point, this may as well happen, right? Like it's been a whole day.
This may as well happen. My most successful pickup line in college.
Exactly. Exactly.
Listen, ominous watermelon. This might as well happen.
Sorry, continue. If I start laughing, I have to tell people while I started laughing in the middle of a otherwise very serious, dramatic moment.
Yes, let's pretend anything in this stream could be serious and dramatic.
I just imagine a guy and some creepy dude standing in a supermarket holding a watermelon. This
no
may
way
as
to
well
describe
happen.
me.
I turned on the creepy
I'll
music
mute
for
it.
this.
I'll
Should
mute
I
it.
go
I'm
back
sorry,
to
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure there was an episode of American Pie or one of those movies where something very similar happened. Okay, I'm
This
done.
water
Well-
doesn't have a high enough alcohol content.
I know. I'm gonna pour myself another. I started with a very strong one to begin the stream.
Please get like me. My goodness.
So
Anyway,
Pretend I'm not even here.
so I come into the door, but I'm staying like by the door after I come in, right? Like staying away from them. Dr. Abernathy, I think, was about like 10, 20 feet away from me earlier, so I feel like that's a safe distance to keep them from the inevitable death plague curse.
let's be honest. I don't
Um,
know how this works. Is it proximity based? Is it if you talk to them? Is it if you smell them? Is it if you enter their room? Oh,
Is it only people you've banged? Oh no, your ex-boyfriend, Mr. Ricci. He's dead, burned in a fire.
did I accidentally bang Terry and the Reverend and forgot? People have
It
been
is a
losing
memory
their
eater.
memories these days.
Turns out this is the curse of the
Sorry.
vagina.
That was my bad. I derailed us this time. Go on, Katie.
Didn't I punch Terry? Did I hit? I feel like I hit him
You
or
slapped
something.
him, yeah.
I slapped Terry. Okay, so if I make physical contact with somebody, they're fucked. That's my idea right now. All right, so I'm not gonna touch anybody. I come in and kind of, similar to earlier. There's 3 guys and a really weird situation happening between them. Like,
Enter the whiskey distiller.
Just moving on.
yeah, I'm gonna kind of look around and just inch up and like slowly take my flask off of that table I left it on
Mm-hmm.
and just look at Kealy and then look at Buck and say, so
It's all right, Miss Walker. Keely's gonna protect us from the likes of him.
did he do something? He's
Murdered 3 people.
no. Where did you get that idea?
Y'all need to calm down.
From the doctor downstairs and from just keeping my eyes open as he was getting close to the Reverend there, lowering his guard, and then I think Ricci might have just been caught in the crossfire, and fire being rather literal. I apologize for that.
God.
Wow.
Sorry. Too soon to talk about your burned
I
up boyfriend.
almost feel guilty.
Wow.
You can't trust the likes of him. He's one of them. He was on the wrong side of history there.
Okay, so I mean, clearly this curse is way more powerful than I thought it would be.
Pardon?
Look, you're confused. I mean, anybody would be. Just
I'm
Can
confused
we-
why he's still drawing breath in our presence here.
well. Okay, we need information from him. And look, if we need him to die, I'll just go hold his hand for a minute, and then he's gonna explode into like 1,000 million little guy pieces. So why
Gonna do
don't
what?
you just chill it? Don't worry
I'm
about
sorry.
it.
What did you think you could do?
It's just a theory
Actually,
right now.
I am quite curious about that myself.
I
You
love
do
that
what
it's just
now?
a theory. Gonna have to do some more tests.
We're
But you're right. Maybe we do need information from him. Maybe he has accomplices. Get him to give up the
Look.
rest of the gang.
Everybody needs to calm down. What's going on? First of all, explain to me what's happening.
As the man with the guns, tell me who you're addressing so they can obey. Who are you looking for the explanation from?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at her because
Okay.
she's saying all these things.
Yep. So the
And
men
I
are
see
going to be quiet
Abernathy
now.
behind her. Abernathy behind her walking up with a hunting rifle. So I'm telling everybody they need to calm down. What's going on down there? Why do I hear screaming? Was that you?
Yeah. How do I explain this? Okay, so question. Because
Good
of my
stats? I don't know. What's happening?
This is Katie asking Rob a question real quick. Because of my insanity, would I think that my curse is what killed Terry? Or the
Not-
curse I know
I mean,
about?
So I imagine, think of yourself as a fatal bad luck charm right now.
Okay.
It's not like, you're not the kiss of death, but people that get close to you or people that you're around, or like you feel like the Grim Reaper is following you around.
I see. Okay. Oh, well, Mr. Kealy. Well, first of all, Buck here, Mr. Buchanan, if I may call you Buck,
Looks fine.
walked in at a really, just inopportune time, and I frankly walked in just before that, and when you see a mangled dead body laying on the ground, sometimes things just
Mangled dead body?
And then Buck says, mangled dead body? And then Bauer says, a mangled dead body.
And then Abernathy walks in with his finger up and goes, "Yes, a mangled dead body."
Thanks, Colonel Mustard.
Flames on the side of my face.
Hold on. Who's the mangled dead body and what's happening here? You guys seem a little out of sorts.
I say, Terry, the bellhop. He attacked.
Oh, that guy tried to break into my room, I think.
Well, he attacked.
Sorry, I don't know if I know that.
Lawrence in the Mr. Lawrence in the elevator, but we were saved by the invisible memory eater and its magical flying hunting knife.
Yeah, actually, I did a pretty good job of defending myself before the magic knife started doing its thing, for the record. I say walking in, rolling up my 2 short sleeves.
Speaking of that, Mr.
Mountain of a bellhop?
Yeah, big guy. Except for his arm. I had never noticed before, but he has a very small right arm.
I'm sorry. Was this a shot at the guy's junk? What's happening?
I say, Mr. Lawrence, are you armed?
I look around. I'm like, given the present company, maybe not as much as I'd like to be.
I reach behind my shirt and I say, this thing protected you too. If you'd like to carry the magic hunting knife, you can.
They're right there at the door, just to be clear.
Sure. No, I'll take it. I feel a lot better.
Hold on. Who's talking about magical hunting knives?
Out of character, he feels a lot more comfortable holding it in his hand than letting it just fly loose out of people's pants.
It's useless to me anyway. I have the strength of a Girl Scout, so you might as well use it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Jack,
for the
you're not going to take
for the
their
record,
guns as well? You took mine.
For the record, everyone here, this is the first time I have held this knife, just in case it comes up later.
Everyone needs to calm the hell down here. First of all, it was Ellie holding the gun out in front of her, or
I think she put it away.
Oh, I'm not holding the gun right now.
It's in her bra.
It's somewhere.
Like she wears a bra.
I mean, sometimes.
It was at
those
that
really
moment.
pointy 1920s ones.
It
The ones that look like they're straight out
Right.
Austin
The
Powers.
one that looks like
he lost control of the street.
like you have to have a rivet gun to like finish putting it on or whatever. All right.
Two of us did get driven insane. You knew this was going to go a different way.
I just didn't know I was going to join you is all.
Well,
You encourage drinking on this stream. Don't blame me.
Look, just because I set the example doesn't mean you have to follow it. All right.
Dr. Bauer, Dr. Bauer, can you enlighten everyone about the low gore thing, the invisible dream eater? I believe that will answer everyone's question.
What the fuck is he talking about?
If everyone would
Hey, wait.
Invisible
inside.
dream eaters?
Hey, what's Kealy doing here?
Memory
Doctor.
eater, sir. Memory eater, not dream eater would be ridiculous. It's a memory eater.
You
Doctor?
ass!
You care to come over here to the doorway and help me out with
If
this?
everyone would just come inside, I will explain to the best of my ability.
Yeah, but you said that thing doesn't like just wipe away what's happening to them, and they're all acting fucking crazy.
I'm the last one in, so I'll come in and I'll make sure the door is closed behind me and
Oh,
then lock
great.
it.
Now we're trapped in a room with 3 crazies.
I mean, you're all gonna die horrible deaths anyways.
I look around and start counting, and I'm thinking, oh, it might be more than 3. I'm so glad we're all together, finally.
It's the first time ever, I think.
You know, it took us 7
maybe
sessions.
at the card table.
Rob will never get a word.
These are things that Rob could have planned better if he knew he was. If he knew.
Everybody needs to sit down and relinquish weapons.
Actually,
Hey,
I think
look,
it's really important that It's real important that I hold on to this one. It's got a mind of its own.
Yeah.
Trust me. We're all safer if I hold on to this.
First of all, that statement is enough to make me ask for you to not hold on to that. Second of all, what's he doing with a fucking hunting rifle in a hotel?
I don't know.
You don't care to answer, Abernathy? Really?
Well, you said I thought you were asking someone else. I'm not good with knives.
Look, let's not
Yeah.
start counting who brought what weapon into this hotel, because that's going to start being a long conversation on yours truly's part.
Can everybody just calm down and let's lower weapons and relax here for a moment?
My weapon's on my shoulder, Mr. Kealy. You seem to be the only person upset.
You know what? If they're all going to get to keep their weapons, I'd kind of like mine back.
Reasonable. I mean,
Everyone, calm down.
Visible memory
Doctor, care to explain a few things?
Sure.
Not you, the other doctor.
I will.
Doctor.
This is great. Doctor.
It doesn't matter if I have a weapon. It's already too late.
In many ways, I am afraid that is true. It was the belief of myself and the good Reverend before his passing, which I will dedicate to the actions of the creature, and perhaps those who revere it as...
Oh, fuck, now they're all crazy.
You're holding the guns as you say.
Actually, I'd like... Oh, okay, so you understand that it wasn't... Can I get that in writing? That you attribute it to some other creature other than... We'll discuss it later.
Right, a court of law will hold that one up.
The legal implications of what has happened in this hotel are of secondary importance to our own sanity and survival at the moment, I'm afraid.
Okay, now on that we can agree.
It is my belief and the belief of the late Reverend Carver that this hotel is home to an entity known as a Loigor. We have been attempting to prove its presence. Thank you. And to take preventative measures to determine what it is that we are dealing with and how we might best protect ourselves from it and to free ourselves from its influence.
Does Dr. Abernathy show any indication of understanding the Loigor thing?
I'm nodding with everything he says. Every so often I go, this is what I was trying to explain. That's exactly what I said.
Okay.
That's what I told you, Johnny.
The creature's movements throughout the hotel are difficult to track, as it is both intangible and invisible. Also proving its existence here, and its presence at all, is made difficult by this matter. However, it sustains itself and empowers itself on the memories of those around it. The fact that there are gaps and unaccounted periods in the memories of those in residence and in employment here at the hotel was sufficient to pique our curiosity as to its presence. It is able to affect our plane, our existence, without completely residing in it, and may interact with the physical world, despite seeming to not be present. It might open doors, move objects, push in certain directions. I myself have not noticed these particular phenomena, but it is not outside of the realm of possibility. Unfortunately, while it is outside of phase with our existence, it is impossible to damage, hurt, or injure, or, dare I say it, kill the creature, unless we can force it to manifest with the rest of us here in the observable world. However, it may be possible to force it away without ever allowing it to come into contact with us.
Let's get to how we force it away.
This was the endeavor that Reverend Carver, with his superior experience with immediate encounters with the supernatural.
I'm sorry, Doctor. Isn't this the guy that lit himself on fire?
I do not
He was
believe
tied
that
to a
lit
chair. He
himself.
certainly didn't light himself on fire.
That would be crazy.
Right. Crazy.
Nevertheless, unfortunately, the research and the notes that the good Reverend had taken died with him. He kept fastidious notes, but all of his possessions and effects were consumed by the fire.
Yeah, about that. Look, I don't really know much about all this stuff that you guys are talking about. It all, frankly, sounds ridiculous to me. But
I'm with him.
I've also seen some pretty ridiculous things this evening, and the fact that you have some sort of explanation for it makes me inclined to believe you. As asinine as that sounds, I know. Look, you guys haven't seen what I've seen. I'm sorry. Look, I think that I don't know who was responsible for your boy's death. Whether it was this Lloyd guy or whether it was Terry. I think Terry was probably involved somehow because because he had this thing on him. And I pull out the notebook. I'm like, look, I don't really know. I can't really make head or tail of what's in here or anything. Frankly, not very interested. But if you think it's going to be helpful in some way, then it's all yours. Frankly, I don't really want to carry a dead man's stuff on me anyway.
Abernathy gets very interested in it.
Doctor.
Bauer,
Doctor.
He doesn't lunge for it, but you see him, like, resist the impulse to do so and says,
No, take it. It's yours.
fine.
Here. And I push it on him.
I intercept it if I can.
I don't see how you couldn't. You are physically between the two of them. So as long as Johnny doesn't have an issue with Dr. Abernathy grabbing it, and if he does, there's probably a roll involved. But there's no way Bauer could get to it before you could.
I mean, again, I'm probably not going to fight anybody for it. I just don't seem to be able to control the impulse.
Hold on,
Yeah.
let's calm down. There's one doctor here that's been making the most crazy sense, but it is still sense.
Johnny Abernathy, quickly, but not snatchy, reaches to take the book from you as you are holding it out. You said you didn't want to be hanging on to it anymore. Do you have any problem with that?
Right. No, I withdraw because it's so sudden and unannounced, you know. It's not that I would, like, if he asked for it, I'd hand it to him, but the fact is, oh, wait, whoa, it was...
I say I'm very interested. And as I'm reaching for it with one hand, I reach in my jacket with the other and pull out the torn page that was the front page of it, and I offer it to Bauer. I say, I've committed this to memory. I no longer need it if you now want it back. And I'm trying to use that as leverage to hand him something so I can be handed something.
Dr. Bauer,
Makes sense to me. If Johnny has no objections, we'll say that works.
So I mean, yeah, I'll hand it to whoever. I just like the grabbiness was weird to me. So
I take it.
Yeah, Bauer considers you a contemporary, at least for the moment, so he has no issues with you grabbing it.
I try to stand near him and let him look over my shoulder if he wants to, but I seem to lose interest in whatever you guys are talking about as I'm turning pages.
Are we sure that's not the thing that's making everybody go crazy?
Oh, wow. Blunt much?
Crazy is...
Blunt maybe, but reality is the deal, my friend.
One man's crazy is another man's reality, I'm afraid, Mr. Kealy.
Oh, wonderful.
He kind of looks over Everett's shoulder. Says, "It is my belief that contained within this book is the means to our salvation. Reverend Carver and I were investigating not only a means of protecting ourselves from the influence of the Loigor, who feeds on the thoughts and memories of others most commonly as they sleep, but also to rid ourselves of its influence, if not for good, then at least for now. We must examine this book very carefully and determine if anything inside could be useful. This was the endeavor that Reverend Carver and I had been pursuing so ardently before his passing."
Well, all right. I guess you're gonna spend some time with that then. But are we sure that's not gonna fuck up this doctor like it fucked up that doctor?
If you ask me, everyone here is a little bit fucked up.
That's damn straight, Buck. You and I are on the same page.
What are we looking for, Professor? And I guide him over to a table and lay the book down.
He begins to pour over it with you, and saying
if
that
mythos is helpful, I'll use it, even though I'm not very likely to succeed.
Just out of curiosity, I just want to ask: did Dr. Abernathy put down his hunting rifle? Is it slung over his shoulder?
Slung over my shoulder on the strap.
All right.
Johnny, Ellie, the professor and the doctor are moving over towards a table to start poring over this book. Seems like Buck is kind of sidling up towards Kealy. What are the two of y'all up to?
I'm kind of keeping an eye on everything, but also staying as far away from everybody as I can be. So once the door was closed, I'm backed up into the little hall that leads to the door that leads out into the hallway, I've got my whiskey back and I'm gonna drink from it pretty heavily.
Nice. Johnny, how about you?
I'm white knuckling the knife in my hand because I don't know anything about wards or anything, and just trying to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. And I see Ellie drinking. Say, "Hey, is there any way that I could get a little bit of that?" It's been a rough couple of. I had that bottle, but I lost it. Is this Brad? If I just get just steady the nerves.
I mean, as long as you're ready for the potential consequences.
Yeah, well, I think my liver's already had its sister, so I think I can handle it.
Look, Johnny, I don't know how the curse spreads, but
Curse?
yeah, don't worry about it.
I never liked you anyway.
Probably too late for him anyhow.
I mean, out of everyone in the room, I'm probably least concerned about Johnny getting To be
That's
quite
fair.
honest.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
Like, right. Curse.
I mean, it's inevitable anyway, so you may as well be drunk when it happens. Here you go.
I think I don't know if she's talking about the curse or the cops coming for me or what, but all of my alibis are batshit right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a belt from the bottle. Thanks. So how'd you get mixed up in all this? Was it just that little conversation we had down in the cellar?
uh, you know, I just keep walking into rooms. And
Yeah.
you know, finding things in them. And unfortunately, it's a series of threads that are all leading back to one spool. It looks like, all in this room.
Well, let's hope we can both just, keep on walking into rooms tomorrow. Yeah, let's just make it into tomorrow. Let's just make it to tomorrow and keep walking into rooms.
Is Joey Lawrence still holding the, or Johnny Lawrence still holding the, Joey Lawrence? Wow. Still holding that knife, like out there, like.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm white knuckling that thing and like holding it against my chest or tucking it under my arm or something, like just trying to make sure it doesn't go anywhere on its own.
I gave you the sheath with it, just so you know. So you decide whether it's sheathed or not.
Oh,
but...
cool. Didn't know it had that. But yeah, still same thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got my initials on it and all that.
I gotta ask.
Even if it's on my belt, I'm still like white knuckling it down here on my belt just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
Mr. Lawrence, what's with the knife?
Oh, well, you see, this thing, it's kind of hard to explain. I mean, it's easy to explain, but it sounds ridiculous. But then again, I guess everything sounds ridiculous tonight, doesn't it? Let's just say that it's safer if I hang on to it, and if I don't, bad things can happen. It seems to have like it's got a mind of its own. The doctor, he's smarter than me. He thinks it's magic, which is quite frankly just sounds. Anyway, or maybe it's this Lloyd
Johnny,
guy
if you had any
the other
water,
doctor keeps
maybe
talking about.
maybe you just sit down for a minute and drink some water, perhaps.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll do that.
Maybe maybe you didn't get the best whiskey in the house. You need to sit down for a minute.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And Johnny
And
sits
just
down.
to be clear, did you hold hands or touch Ellie at all? Just to cover bases here.
Well, I mean, no, I don't. I mean, did our hands? I wasn't really paying attention when I took the flask from her.
You took the flask from. Oh crap!
Yeah. Look. Anyway, I think maybe I should just have a quick sit down. And Johnny sits down in the chair in the corner, still holding the knife to his hip, in the room with a bunch of people talking about invisible aliens with guns.
Welcome, Raiders, by the way, from Architects of Fate. Thank you guys for coming over. We are doing a giveaway tonight. It is a subscriber-only giveaway, but it's for a free set of Misty Mountain Gaming's solid metal dice. Set that I've personally picked out. If you guys are interested in liking what you're seeing and want to join the community, feel free to go ahead and get in on the giveaway.
They're very nice dice.
We're going to start doing giveaways every week for the supporters of our channel. So,
they're super nice.
Dr. Abernathy and Bauer are poring over this book, and Abernathy, even in your current state, and open to kind of endless possibilities, this notebook is just completely full of batshit, just crazy, off the wall. Everything in it is saying things that you've spent your entire life believing are child's play and pretend and the stuff of pulp novels and the like, and you're struggling to find anything that is credible to the current situation. Bauer is going over it with you, Let's go ahead and try your new Mythos skill, since you have some have some points in it.
The
You
chances are extremely low.
You can have a free bonus die from me, and you have your own as well, because you are being assisted by Professor Bauer.
Oh, cool. I was going to try to lobby for one by saying I'm looking for something similar to what I feel like I've already deciphered on the first page.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
You can have up to 3 bonus dice on a single roll. I'll give you one for Bauer's help. I'll give you one for looking intelligently for something. And you can use your bonus die if necessary. Your chat bonus die.
I don't mind. That would get me to 3 or to 2.
It would get you to 3, and I know you're trying to hit a 5, so
Yeah. I'll take a shot at it. Why not?
okay.
So take my bonus away. I also, I mean, I don't know if I have time, but I could also leverage what I learned from the first page to try to learn something now, because that's what it's for. But I think that takes like a half hour, right?
So yes, if you were to employ that thing at full force to get a bonus effect, it's really supposed to take a half hour. But you know what? You were
Well, I mean, that would be. I'm already at the max on bonus die, so I don't think it would matter. So there's no reason to drain my ability.
Yeah, all it would offer you
is another bonus die.
So yeah, let's not worry about it.
Okay. All right. I hope this works. And it did not. I rolled 34, 34, 44.
I see you pointing hoping that an elder sign will appear, Erik. Erik is encouraging the chat, by the way, to use channel points, if you have any, to buy him an extra bonus die for the next time Kealy happens to do something. That is a way you can spend your channel points. You're not close enough to spend luck, are you, Dr. Abernathy?
I mean, I am, but I would have to spend 29, which you would love for me to do, wouldn't you?
So much. You could also push the roll. Of course, if you push the roll, you would start learning new Mythos things and potentially look a little too deeply and too quickly into what's written here.
Yeah.
And
let me just go ahead and tell anybody who ever plays this game, don't push something you have a 5% chance to succeed.
That's fair enough. All right. You are spending some time looking through this thing.
I'm almost glad you didn't tell me that before.
I'm going to spend the 29 luck.
Are you?
I have a lot of luck.
My goodness. All right.
Are you spending this to do what now?
Incredible. That means you get to check your Cthulhu Mythos, doesn't it?
No, you don't. You don't ever check Cthulhu Mythos.
That's right.
The only way to raise it is by going crazier.
Well, we'll look forward to that then. Let's see. Kamaramalama, just so you know, you have bought as many tickets as a person can buy for this particular giveaway. That is the only reason you are stymied from buying further tickets. I thought the 100 ticket limit was high. Apparently not for you people.
All right, so I succeeded.
You do succeed. You have identified the relevant passages in this home. This little black moleskin notebook, written in scrawling, relatively educated script from the shaking hand of an old man. You are going to have to spend a little time with this to absorb what you need to absorb and to make this of any use to you. But you have found a passage where Reverend Carver states, I found this passage in an old text. It was in cuneiform. I had to take it to Armitage over in Miskatonic, but I think this is what it says, and I think this is what is going to help. And then he goes on and starts laying out these directions and instructions but they're so couched in double talk and idioms that you're having trouble deciphering them. But you know that your flipping through the book is done. And as you know that, the phone in the room rings.
I say, I'm busy. Someone get that.
Why the hell is the phone ringing?
Yeah.
Bauer
It's
kind of
not
looks
our
up from the
room. It'd be kind of
notebook and
strange for any of the rest of us to answer it.
I want to
Says,
get it.
"We are doing important work.
Oh,
We cannot
alright.
be disturbed at this time." And Ellie, so you say you want to go get it?
I'm nosy.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna answer
That's-
that.
This is
that
so much more
tracks.
kosher than breaking into a man's
Yeah,
room.
that tracks.
Yeah. At least I'm in the room.
All
You
right.
know.
Yep, you're participating.
Yeah.
You pick up the receiver. Do you say anything? What do you do?
I pick it up and just listen at first. I don't say anything yet. Cautiously.
You hear a brief moment of shallow breathing on the other side. And then you hear
Sexy
a
talk.
cracking, almost trembling voice say, "He knows you're in there." You can't hide in there forever. You may think you're safe, but you are not. And you cannot keep them from him. He has plans, and you will not stand in his way.
What the hell is it, Ellie? I'm
Mm.
assuming her eyes are like saucers.
That Mr. Kealy's voice
Yeah.
I hear. He has plans for him. You turn him loose out of there now. No harm will come to him.
That's great.
Does the voice sound familiar?
You have heard that voice every day since you started working at the Hotel Excelsior.
Betty White, no.
That is Miss Josephine
Joe.
Templeton down at the front desk, who
she
recommended the
loves me.
veal. Oh, sorry, who recommended against the veal.
Yeah, against the veal. It's very helpful that way.
There she is.
Ellie, what the hell is going on? Who is it?
I'm turning my attention to the Ellie on the phone.
You hear me mumbling out words. I'm in the book,
Is that
completely
you?
oblivious.
Ellie, you've got to get out of there. You can't stay with that man. He is doomed.
With which man? Joe? Do you mean Mr. Kealy?
I'm gonna go to the phone and rip it out of her hand.
If it's up to you if you object to that at all, Ellie.
I mean, yeah, I would try not to let him do that.
How
What
do
the,
we, how
what
do
the
we-
hell? What's going on,
How do we
Ellie?
handle that in Cthulhu? Brawl?
I would just make it opposed dex rolls personally.
Sure, that sounds good. Let's do that.
Okay.
Post
Now,
Dex-
Ellie Walker has a bonus die from the chat.
Indeed.
Well, I don't, and I failed miserably.
Well, Ellie, you still need to well, I guess the status quo remains even if you fail, eh?
I'm
Right,
sorry.
I go like this. Fine.
She just spins
I
around.
got like a 93 or something. It was like terrible.
I could fail worse than you, possibly.
Okay. Good luck.
If you fumble, yeah, if you roll a 96 or higher.
Fair.
I actually rolled a 7,
All
Oh
right.
yeah, she keeps a hold of it, and I go, "What the hell?"
Slaps your hand.
which is an extreme success if it matters.
Oh,
Hot
it actually
shit.
hurts my hand. Then.
Never become between a
Ow!
woman and her phone.
What the?
Honestly, though.
Ellie, you turn around quickly. What is it you say to Joe?
I asked her who she was talking
Yes.
about.
Says
Yeah.
It's a very specific set of Skittles.
that naysayer, that murderous foreigner. Bauer. He is not long for this world. He cannot protect himself forever, and he cannot protect you. But he doesn't need to. Doesn't know. Doesn't know the favor that has been shown to you.
I'm gonna kind of lean in a little bit. I look at Jack Kealy and I kind of give him like one of these, real quick.
Haven't you felt it, Ellie?
Yeah, I'm watching you too. What the hell's happening? Are you going to
Anything
talk
that you
to us
can't
about what's going on
explain.
this phone call?
Anything that would be out of the ordinary. Nothing that hurt you. Were you shown anything? Has anything happened around you? Anything special? Is
And
his
zip my
favor-
fly.
And I
Yes,
kind of lean
graced us.
in and I'm quiet. Is this about the curse?
Oh, dear child, it is not a curse, it is a blessing. Sing. He has protected you. See all of this bad happening around you, but not to you.
I'm gonna while she's talking, kind of cover the receiver and lean over and start tapping Dr. Abernathy on the shoulder really hard.
He's a little bit in the corner, so you pick up the phone and you walk with
Yeah,
the
I'm
cord.
moving with the wire.
You know the olden days when they had cords on them.
Yeah. The landline,
It was
as it
so
were.
obviously in my brain, and I did not realize.
That's
Yes.
the one that got Rob.
So much has gotten me this session.
Not now, Miss Walker. Pardon my tone. I'm busy.
Doctor, this is very important right now.
I say,
What the hell is going on?
Professor, right here. This word is follow, I believe. See if you can pick it up from there. Yes, Miss Walker. What? And I hold my hand out.
I would lean in
He
with the
reaches
receiver.
over and starts to pull the book towards him and turn it around to where he can face it, and doesn't realize your hand is still on it, preventing it from
Yeah.
moving.
I keep pull him around.
Go on.
I lean in with the receiver and kind of turn it forward, right? So if Doctor, if his ear is right beside it, he should be able to hear just as good as I can.
You haven't denied it, Ellie. You know. You felt it. Seen things. Just as I have.
Right. So you're saying, Joe, just to reiterate what you just said, because
Just recap for no particular reason.
Sorry, Joe. I dropped the phone. Could you say that all again?
I drink a lot of whiskey. Sometimes my ears stop for a second.
Erik.
So you're saying that there's there's like a being that we're being blessed by and not cursed? I'm just trying to understand.
Being. He's taken care of you since the moment you've been employed here.
Is this Miss Templeton?
Do you say that aloud?
Yeah. I haven't been told to be quiet.
Lawrence, you still got that knife?
Are you upsetting
that
this
what
girl?
Doc
She's
says?
fragile right now, Miss Templeton.
Wait a damn minute. Been taking care. Aw. He's in the penthouse. Damn it.
What now?
Looks like you're on board a
Penthouse?
ship.
What?
Damn it, Rob. Sorry, my cat's trying to knock my computer over.
I'm getting seasick trying to have this conversation with you.
I'm sorry.
Just the rest, like the disappointment, the crushing devastation in Katie's voice. He's in the penthouse.
It's just when you realize something so obvious. You're like, oh, that's okay. I play low intelligence characters because it's easiest for me
Tell
to
me about
emulate
it.
in real life.
I say, Miss Templeton, we seem to be in agreement. I agree. There's something looking after us, protecting us.
Yes, there is. And why? You try and cower from its embrace in that horrible room.
Our say what now?
You cower
I-
from it. You shirk it. You shun it. You try to hide in that terrible place.
I mean, it's not as nice as my room, but it seems fine.
I'm going to storm over and try to take it from Dr. Abernathy as well.
Go for it.
I want to go back to the book. I see him coming. I go, Mr. Kealy wants to talk to you. And I go back to the book.
Oh, I love this. I didn't even have to roll. That's fantastic.
Well,
All right.
Ellie's still holding
involved.
the phone. She's the
all right.
super fast one.
If you are
All right,
willing
so
to
I-
share, Ellie, are you willing to share with Jack, or are you trying to keep hold of it yourself?
Well, Jack's on thin ice because he tried to snatch it earlier without
He's also
asking.
not got a free hand because of the 2 guns he's holding right
No,
now.
I have one. I had to put one down. I mean, come on.
Steve, you okay?
To grab the phone the first time.
Okay.
mean-
I'll
Left-handed.
yeah. I'll share, but I'm gonna stay in the vicinity to hear.
All right. So you gonna keep it between you, maybe, kind of like you're
Yeah.
doing with the
Is
doctor.
that the front desk lady? I'm sorry, what's her name again?
Josephine Templeton. She asked you to call her
Is
Joe.
that Josephine? How are you?
Mr. Kealy, I trust you're enjoying your stay.
Well, things have taken a bit of a turn, but yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful place.
I understand, and these things do happen, but you're fine, aren't you, Mr. Kealy?
Sure, but I'm in a room with some folks that are feeling slightly different, perhaps.
Well, Mr. Kealy, I hope you won't find it too insensitive of me to say, but they don't matter like you do.
I'm sorry, what now? I mean, you matter to me too, darling, but what are we saying?
I'm afraid I can't make it much clearer, Mr. Kealy. They are not significant in the way that you are. His favor has not been
Right.
cast upon them as it has shone upon the likes of yourself and me.
Favor. His. Okay. I begin looking at Ellie. Like looking at her and without saying anything, going like, oh, sorry, well, I have a gun too. I'm like,
Thank you, new followers, Moldy Sourdough,
Oh, no.
Kawaii Knight, and Clab BH. Thank you guys for being here.
I shot Marvin
I
in
love
the
moldy
face.
sourdough. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking just as confused.
Look, why don't all of you get out of that stuffy room, come down to the lobby, and we can talk about all this.
Do I need to do an intelligence roll? Like, in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute, get out of that room. The doctor or the PhD told me that it's got wards, so it's stopping things from happening. So in my mind, I'm saying, wait a minute, nobody leaves this room, and she's fucking crazy.
That is entirely up to Erik Braa, the player, and Jack Kealy, the character.
Cool.
Whether or not you think that is
that's
a good or bad idea.
I'm going to say,
If you would
wait
like,
a minute. I'm
we
going to
can
cover
make
the phone.
You can make a psychology roll to find out if maybe she has an ulterior motive in asking you that, but that is the extent
Okay,
I believe.
why not? I don't know if I'll get the answer I need, but I'm going to give it a shot. Oh, you're fucking telling me something. It's a 12, which is beyond, that is a super success.
Okay.
Extreme.
So, I will tell you two things with an extreme success over the
I've had some
phone.
great
What's
rolls.
more, you are great at just picking up little irregularities in people's voices and whatnot. You'd like to think you can pick out a liar at 1,000 feet, right? Blindfolded and in a blizzard. Joe Templeton is trying her best to coax you out of that room. But she doesn't... You don't pick up, like, any ill will or deception in her voice. But she really is trying to talk you out of there. Like, more so than just trying to, like, get you down and come and have a conversation. She wants you out of that room.
I'm going to cover the phone, the receiver side of the phone.
Yep.
And I'm going to announce to the room, this hotel is trying to get us out of this room. And the doctor, or sorry, PhD, whatever he is, this guy, the professor, told me that this place is warded, this room specifically is warded against insane effects. So if I'm getting craziness from over here, I can only assume the entire place has gone batshit crazy.
I'm gonna agree with that I think this entire place is going batshit crazy. And if
Well-
whatever this room has on it has not warded off insanity the way you're talking.
Thank you, Buck. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody else? Are you in agreement with me?
Is it the phone? Is it the phone that's letting in the insanity?
No, it's not the phone, you idiot.
Shoot
It's
the
Good
phone!
question, Johnny.
I like trying to draw
had a
the
great
knife.
relationship. I had a great relationship with this lady, and I'm telling you,
Who's on the other
she
side of
is-
that phone? What are they telling you to do?
they want us to leave this room, and the doctor tells me that he's put ward on this room. I don't know what the fuck that
You
means,
cannot
but
do that until the research is complete. You are not safe anywhere else.
There are
Yeah,
wards on the
well-
room? I say to the professor.
I have done my best to protect myself from outside influence. I have placed strange signs at the corners and the extremities of this space. I could not reach the extremities of the building, and thus it is not secure. But in this room, we are safe.
Before he finishes his sentence, I've left the book, and now I'm in the corner of the room looking. What do they look like?
Do a spot hidden.
is that the most important question at the moment, Doctor?
That had to make it. Made it by 2.
Made it by 2. I'm awarding you of my own volition a bonus die, Doctor, for role-playing your madness well.
Ooh.
So you see that it's dried and almost invisible, but in the corners of the room, in oil, which knowing you try and...
What? You're not going to learn magic unless you taste it. That's one thing I know.
Yeah. In this salted oil,
That's what I said to her.
there are these
What?
strange little markings drawn tinily, just like painted with a fingertip in the corners of the room. And I mean on every surface. When you hit a corner that has ceiling, wall, and wall, there's bit on the ceiling, bit on the wall, bit on the wall, bit on the wall, bit on the wall, bit on the floor. In every corner of every room of this room. In the bathroom, in the hallway, in the little foyer space. In the closet.
At every corner I say, fascinating. Incredible. Keely's yelling at me as I move from corner to corner, and I don't even respond.
What the hell are you doing, Doc?
Trying to learn these wards. This is a useful skill.
Can we focus on the fact that I'm talking to a demon, or do I don't know what the hell I'm talking to?
Now, Mr. Kealy, I take a small bit of offense at that.
Just a smidge.
Apparently that
What
line
does it
made it
take to
through.
piss this woman off?
And I'm like looking at my hand, like, wait, am I not covering the?
As you
I'm beginning to think that you don't trust me.
as you are doing that, Erik, Jack is the only one close enough to the receiver to hear. Is Mr. Kealy, if you are still listening, I can't protect you in that room. That is no longer a safe place, and if you stay, bad things will happen to everyone in that room.
What what?
Just like bad things happened to room 101.
Yeah, bad things happen there too. That guy's not here. The point is I feel like you're trying to drive me out of this room, which would mean that you do want to do bad things. So I'm sad to say,
No,
as
Mr.
much
Kealy,
love as
no,
we had,
that's not
Myrtle,
it
or
at
whatever your
all.
fucking name
It's
is, we're done.
Josephine. We met yesterday.
Right, Josephine, Joe, yeah, you bet. Love you. You're the
Please,
best.
Mr. Kealy. I don't want to see you get hurt, and I can't protect you in that room.
Protect me. What are you protecting me from?
His anger, Mr. Kealy.
And who exactly are we talking about when you say he is?
The one in charge of this hotel.
Is Ellie still listening to all this?
I was holding it kind of, yeah.
Just curious, all right? Cool, just wondering.
I'm hoping that she can hear it as well. What are we talking about?
You haven't met him yet, Mr. Kealy, but you will. I know we don't know each other terribly well, but you need to trust me.
Yeah, well, thanks, Joe. I'm not really sure exactly what to say at the moment because I'm getting conflicting messages.
While all of this has been going on, poring over a notebook, phone conversations, Johnny, you've been in the corner. What do you? Have you done?
I'm
have
just
you reacted
listening
to this?
intently to the conversation and wondering if I need to cut the cord on the phone, but I'm only hearing their side of the conversation. So if you see me like looking down and saying, I'm trying to focus on just what the characters are saying in character and whether or not they mention my name so that I can know if I need to cut this thing. But so I've established that they're talking with the girl downstairs, but none of them have said anything about anyone that's dead. None of them have said anything about anyone that's cursed. So he's just sitting, drinking his water, and trying not to, start cutting stuff. But he's really thinking about, like, is this really what we should be doing right now? Is talking to the front desk woman on the phone, because he doesn't know that she's, like vaguely threatening them or saying ominous things. And he's just, this conversation's going on a lot longer than it should. So yeah, but everything's fine for now, in as much as it is, very nerve-wracking.
I have a question.
Sure.
I didn't really think about it until now, but like in game, like time wise, it's got to be coming up on like 1 a.m. at least. Like it's late.
It's probably like mid 12 o'clock or so. We're taking a little bit of extra time to talk through things, but it's
Okay.
It's several minutes after midnight. 12:20, 12:35. It is later
Okay.
than Joe would be here.
Right. Yeah. So like, it's weird that she's even calling from the front desk because she should not.
Well, is she calling from the
There.
front desk?
Is there a way to tell where the call came from? I don't know if this is like one of those phones that has like the,
It sure
the
isn't.
really old ones that have the buttons that say where the. Okay.
The call's coming from inside the room.
We're back in the early 30s. This is like switchboard shit.
Right. There wasn't a Star 69.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know
Nice.
the only reason I thought of it is older hotel phones where it has the different, like buttons that light up depending on
Yeah.
the
We're
where the
talking about
customer-
before those phones.
I don't know phone history that well.
It's okay.
Hmm.
We've departed from the two bells on the wall, but we're not very far past that.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I can't stay and talk to you much longer. It's much to do tonight. Please, if you value your safety, heed my warning, won't you?
Thanks, Joe. Safine.
You hear a click and the line goes dead.
Great. Well, now we know she's crazy pants, too. I mean, I assume. Well, you heard her. She says that we can't be protected by being in the room. And yet, Doc over here, sorry, doctor, the other doctor, the PhD doctor, tells
I
me
haven't named you,
that
though.
these wards, I already forgot it, so fuck you. Sorry, I couldn't remember it.
No, you're fine.
Braun, Sean, something.
No, it's perfectly
Anyway,
in character. I love it.
says that these wards are keeping things out. So if it's keeping whatever's hurting Josephine out, then it makes more sense to stay here than it does to leave the room. And why she's calling me out, I think, is just because, yeah, natural charm will get you a little somewhere.
In what way did she call you out?
Oh, right, I forgot. You weren't listening. So she specifically told me to leave because she didn't think that he could protect me inside this room. But
Professor Bauer?
Bauer says that the wards are what's protecting me inside the room. So whoever the he is outside and outside these wards, which means Bauer's got a point. We stay here until we can figure out what the fuck is going on.
Excellent. We're in agreement.
Okay.
As long as you all remember that you came up here pretty crazy pants.
I agree that the events of this evening have been quite strange, but invigorating.
I'm glad you're excited, Doc, but the point is we're trying to stay alive here and there's people dying out there.
Yeah, invigorating for you, maybe. I got scared half to death, and then someone else got, all the way to death. So,
You want to explain to me, since we have a moment here, explain to me exactly what happened downstairs when you said Terry was killed, I guess.
was killed.
I go back to I say that's Mr. Lawrence's story, and I go back to the book.
Oh, Johnny, please, I can't wait for this performance.
Well, I don't know how to make a long story short. You see, I came to realize that this Terry guy had Reverend Carver's notebook on his person, and I confronted him about it, and he didn't take too kindly to me realizing that he might be so involved in, the alleged and almost certainly probable murder of another hotel
Cut to the point,
client.
Johnny.
Anyway, it came to blows, and I did pretty good for myself, but I didn't kill him. I just I kind of knocked him out cold, and
Wait a second,
and
are you
he- but
saying
he-
you
uh,
took on
but
that
he-
mountain of a bellhop?
yeah. Well, I mean, I've been in lots of fights before. I mean, you've seen the movies.
Blood in the
Wait.
crowd?
I was like, No, it was self-defense. He came after me on account of the notebook, and I was.
He's not a
and
stunt man trained to die to you, Joey. Or Johnny. What the fuck are we talking about here?
Hey, I can take care of myself. Obviously, I did. And anyway, so much so that he was losing a lot of blood. So I thought I should stop and check in with the doc. And while we were there trying to administer first aid to make sure that he made a full recovery and such, that's when the knife
How
here
do I
started.
check if he's bullshit?
That'd be psychology.
Sense. Oh, okay. There's not a sense motive in this, is there? No, that's something else. What is sense motive from?
Psychology is the defense against any of the personality skills.
All right, so I
Pathfinder
got
skill.
a medium success.
Medium success. All right.
A 43, or sorry, 40 basically is what it is. 43.
Johnny's not trying to lie to you. Whatever yarn he is spinning, whether or not it's true, he believes it. And as Johnny is admitting to the group that he was the one that took on the bellhop, Buck walks over to the window and lights a cigarette.
And anyway, that's when the knife just kind of got a mind of its own. It lifted itself out of the good doctor's pants and flew through the air.
Whoa, Johnny. Lifted itself out of his pants. Are you hearing what you're saying?
Yes, I am, and that's why I've had a lot to drink about tonight. Look, but after.
Are you sure you didn't have a lot to drink before?
After. He said, look, the doctor. Look, we're sitting in the room with a medical professional. He can vouch for the fact that when I came to retrieve him, Terry, what's his pants, was still alive.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but perhaps you could sit down over here and maybe hand over the knife, and maybe you can let me tie your hands. Maybe.
I'm sitting. You know what? If you feel safe with that, I'm not letting go of this knife. If you feel safe, just wrap it on in there. Whatever you got to do. They said I do not trust.
Without looking, I say, Mr.
Kealy,
Kealy, the knife protected Johnny and myself. I'm not sure how it would behave around you. I think you should leave it with him.
Great. I'll leave it with him, tie his hands together, and maybe put a little extra tie around the knife too.
No. We need all the manpower we can get.
You're telling me this knife defended you as if it was a fucking human. Are you kidding me?
Well, okay. Now I know this. Look,
not a human. It's a knife.
Okay. Oh, like now this whole knife situation sounds insane.
It does.
But I mean, so does all this other stuff about this Lloyd guy. Right? Maybe it was the Lloyd guy who did the thing with the knife.
Who the hell's the Lloyd guy?
You heard Bauer. He said you heard.
Lloyd Gore. I don't know how we could be more specific about this.
Yeah, look.
But Lloyd Gore. Then the Lloyd Gore is controlling the knife. Is what you're telling me?
So you are listening. So you are listening to the German guy. Look, Bauer is telling you that there's an invisible guy who walks around. This is invisible Lloyd guy who walks around the hotel and is trying to mess with people. I think maybe he used the knife to mess with Terry.
Johnny, I'm gonna work out that deal with Lockwood. It's fine. Just relax, but put your hands together and let me tie him up so that we make sure that knife doesn't go and do anything crazy, all right? But trust me, you're going to get your chance in the talkies, baby. We're going to make this happen, all right? And you want that more than anything, right?
Well, I mean, like the German guy said, my main thing is, not being dead, then it's not going to jail. Then it's all that stuff. Yeah, that I would like that very much.
Right?
Yes.
So let's save you from all of that by tying a little something around it.
What's that?
And
that sounds good. What do you got? Some shoelaces or something?
What you got, Ellie? Sorry.
Something.
Glass.
Here. I pull out the phone cord because the phone cord I think is a problem. I was like, here, use this.
Can I really feel like I just want to take that glass and throw it on the fucking ground. Yo, shut up for a second here. I have a concern and you need to listen to it.
Old
Christ, Ellie, what the hell's happening?
Buck
I'm
gets
like
his
this.
cigarette
I'm like
out
this
and
with a knife,
listens.
but then I lower my hands back when I see what she's up to. Like, I'm like, yeah, time out.
It's
Well,
worth
I'm
saying,
still
by the way,
continuing to try to tie you up.
Oh, okay.
Buck has smoked some terrible, like, cheap ass cigarette. Like, the room starts to smell of like cheap tobacco smoke. As
Thank God,
Ellie
open
starts
a
to make
window,
her
Doc.
cracks the window as Ellie talks.
Listen, not to interrupt whatever this is, but there
They're
was
acting
one
crazy.
thing. Look, that night, it's not going to save you from whatever this thing is. But listen, she said something on the call that I've had a lot of time to think about. You guys have been yammering for like 10 minutes straight, and I really just need to bring it up really quick. Which is that she said that if we stay in this room, the thing that happened in room 101 is going to happen to us. Here, in this room. What do we know about this guy? Do we know if those are really protection runes? Or are they about to sacrifice us to some...
Hang on. Joe is involved. The little old front desk lady. She's involved with like the whole.
Look, I'm just passing along what she said,
You
alright?
cannot trust anyone outside of this room. You may not even be able to trust everyone that is inside of this room, but outside of this room, forget about it.
So why
Okay.
we
Very
not
transparent.
Everybody
Well.
calm down.
you?
We're putting a few people in separate rooms, apparently, because there's a problem here. Now,
Keep going.
The
Lauren,
room with the least people, please.
Sorry, Ellie,
Fine.
keep going. I didn't
You
mean to
in the
interrupt your
dock.
speech.
Oh,
can
yeah,
go
you're...
there.
Let her finish.
I
Oh,
was
I'm
just
sorry.
concerned. No, that was about it, honestly. I just, if there's any way I can, like, maybe look at those runes and see if they feel protecty.
Sure.
I don't know if that's something I could use the mythos skill that I have now for, but
Sorry, it was just straight.
A great
burpee.
idea.
No, you're good. Yeah, go have a look at the runes. I'll let you do either occult or mythos. I don't think you have much in either. You have a
let's
bonus
see.
die though.
Mythos I have 5 because I got the 5 earlier. Occult I will also only have 5, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna use the bonus die, of
Okay.
course.
Call it a cult because you could at least put a check mark in it if you succeed, which you can't do with Cthulhu.
Fair.
Do you have 5 in occult though?
Everybody does.
Okay.
Yeah, it just
You heard
default has
stories
5.
growing up. Yeah. All right. And if I may, Abernathy and Lawrence, you have been the least involved in everything that's going on. I'd like y'all both to do. This is a stretch for spot hidden, but have you got checks in your spot hidden yet,
I've had one for a while, yeah.
Johnny?
Where'd it go?
I
I do have a check in my spot hidden.
Gotcha.
I can
I
still roll
rolled-
it if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
rolled an 11, and I'm gonna spend 6 luck points to take that down to a 5.
6 luck points, take it down to a 5. So that is a normal success.
I'm gonna use a bonus die because people were nice enough to give it to me, and this might be my only roll.
You poor man.
That's all right.
Your estimation, Ellie, as you look at the sigils in the corners of the room, they're not uniform. Is the interesting thing. You think that there is this, this Hebrew rune. You think that there is this obviously, Christo-Judean symbol. There is this obviously satanic symbol, and just throughout the room are these different words from these different cultures, these different practices. But with your granted cursory knowledge of what what the occult involves, you believe that they are protective. They are wards against something. They are meant to keep something out, not only in their nature, but their placement as well. How do those spot hiddens go?
Poorly. I'm very distracted by the notebook.
Great success. Well, normal success, but it's great that I got a normal success.
Wonderful. Very distracted by the notebook indeed, Dr. Abernathy. Johnny, you notice Buck put out that cigarette, and you smell that cheap tobacco coming through the room, and it's starting to fade. But the smell of smoke is not diminishing in the room. It is increasing, and it does not smell like tobacco. Something is burning and burning close by. Up, and there went Ellie.
Hey, Bauer, you got yourself like did you leave the hot plate going, or
A
do they have hot plates? I assume they have
hot
hot
plate?
plates.
No. I do not cook in this room. It is a fire hazard.
Yeah, something else is too. Just how many? I kind of get up and like, I was about to get my hands tied up, but or maybe I was, I don't know, but I kind of like.
Sorry,
Anyone else smell that? And I kind of start moving around the room trying to see where if I can figure out where it's coming from.
I think he told you
I'll
it
go
came
along
from
with you.
the cigarette. Yeah.
No, it's not the cigarette smell, according to Johnny's nose.
Sorry, what's the smell? I missed like 2
Right, does
seconds.
anybody else smell this, or
I
is it
smell-
just we're
So
just,
far, it's Johnny.
What are we rolling?
But he said, does anybody else smell that? So now, do we get to make rolls?
Ah, well, sure, if you like. Go ahead. I'm calling this spot hidden because I don't think there's a sniff hidden skill in this game.
Sniffing. Holy shit! And a 3? 003?
Wow,
Ooh.
nice.
Nice.
I got a 12,
Also good.
which would be a hard success.
And if that's spot hidden, that's definitely a check mark. Because that's
Yes,
an
yes,
extreme success.
Doctor, as they are walking about the room asking, do you smell that? Do you smell that? Do you smell that? You think you have quite nearly arrived at your breakthrough for what you are reading. Normally in Call of Cthulhu, for anyone watching, it takes quite a while with a mythos tome to be able to discern anything of great importance, but Dr. Abernathy is researching with insane fervor and with the assistance of a knowledgeable mythos instructor, we shall say. And as you two are kind of bent over the table, completely shutting out the rest of the world, you believe you are in the process of deciphering exactly what Reverend Carver would have wanted you to decipher.
Awesome.
As Kealy, Ellie, and Johnny distinguish a smell that they smelled just yesterday in this hotel. Smell of burning timber. Somewhere quite close to you, there's a fire in the hotel.
We have conveniently pulled the phone cord out of the wall, so we can't call for help, which is very unfortunate.
And this being 10 o'clock, I think is the time that we will stop for the week.
No, cliffhanger.
Oh my god, we smell fire, we're all fucked.
Write down all your questions so you don't forget them for next
I'm
Well,
making notes right now.
I'm literally writing it down right now. I'm like, oh, we smell fire.
That is...
And I rolled a
Yes,
fucking
T.L.
03
Holdren
spot
correctly
hidden.
remembers our previous desire for a sniff hidden in Cthulhu.
We walked into a burning room of fire.
And we smelled it, and we started climbing higher.
Didn't deal it, though. Smelling, not dealing this time.
Thank God I brought my parachute. Kidding, I didn't bring a
But
parachute.
roll luck to see if you brought your parachute with you. I have a
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to our new followers. Thank you for the raid, Architects of Fate. Thank you, T.L. Holdren, for the love to the community and giving out subscriptions tonight. Thank you for everyone who bought advantages and bonus dice for the people who are in the stream with me. And thank you to my players for
And I'd like to
playing
interrupt
this.
Rob and say thank you to Rob.
Oh.
appreciate you, man. You've been great. I know that this is not like the first time, or I mean, it is literally the first time you've done this game, and you've done great. It's really fun, and it's gotten like seriously. Most recently, obviously, the craziness is set in, and
Oh,
this is fun.
gosh, yes, this is getting
Thank
quite
you.
wild.
Thank you to you, the D&D wannabe, ladies and gentlemen. Go follow him.
I appreciate it, my man. I am enjoying this. I'm doing this entirely selfishly because I wanted to run this game, and I'm so delighted you guys came along for the ride. We are going to send a raid to somewhere. Hello, Zeke Geek. Yes, we are about to go, but we are going to draw a winner for our
Hi, Zeke.
Metal Dice giveaway. If you are subscribed, go ahead and buy some tickets really quick so that you can get in on this giveaway before we draw our winner. I'll buy you a little extra time to see if you want to get in on this. We don't have that many
Those of
entries,
you
but we
that don't
have...
know, come by tomorrow night on my stream, and we're going to be chatting about all kinds of things, including probably this, because I had a good night tonight. I got to say, well, I'll probably be chatting about this one for a few.
I will try and tune in for some of that after our family gathering on Tuesdays. I'm glad that you had a good time, my dude.
That epic shit that happened earlier. Come on.
So, upcoming on our channel, we will soon return to having a Tuesday stream, but it's going to be a Tuesday morning stream, not a Tuesday evening stream. So still pop over to Erik's channel for Tuesday night happy hour. More on that coming. I teased a little bit of it last Friday. I will tease a little bit more in the coming weeks, and stuff will be revealed first and foremost in our Discord. Type !Discord in our channel to be able to get the link to go to where we will be announcing new changes to the stream very soon. We will next be live Wednesday night for Spelljammer Academy with DM Rifle Stud, and then tune in Thursday to see the guys, Dave and Julian, painting some more minis, and they'll announce the streams that are coming up after that. We will be back over here next Monday, barring the unforeseen, to continue the story right where we left off, smelling smoke in a warded room with two different NPCs telling you two different ways that you should be handling the situation. Happy hour with Erik Braa on Erik Braa's channel tomorrow night. Anything from the rest of the group that people should be aware of in the very near future?
Only that my
that they're
dog
all
is having
awesome.
a come apart.
Sorry. They are all awesome. What did you say, Mike?
I said only that my dog is having a come apart over something outside, and that's what all that racket is.
That's fair. It's not coming through the mic, fortunately. You released a couple of new videos on your YouTube channel, didn't you, Mike?
I did. Again, they're all just focused really at the guys who play my Pathfinder game, homebrew rules and clarifications on things because it's a pretty crunchy game. But if you're interested in Pathfinder, feel free to come listen to me talk about rules. I can't think of anything more exciting.
Don't forget to check out Silverpin's art.
I'm going to throw a few
Please
links in
put
our
in
chat
whatever
here.
little tag it is to send you to Silverpin's art.
I have
I do lots of art.
Katie's art channel, the Misty Mountain Discord, and DM Diggy's YouTube channel all in the chat there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go ahead and close this giveaway.
And wait, before we finish,
Uh-huh.
I want to know what's up with Bardic Twinspiration.
Bardic Twinspiration has been on kind of an indefinite hiatus as I have been running around doing road crew stuff.
Oh, so
And
you're
doing
too
more-
busy for us. I see what's going on. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm teasing. I
No, it's all
really
good.
am.
Between,
I know how it is. Sometimes you get too busy to even do the podcast.
believe
I
me,
get
a
it.
lot of my free time has gone into to learning Call of Cthulhu and poring over new system books and to creating new overlays and streams and getting some new streams started on the channel. I don't think we're done with Bardic Twinspiration, but it is probably going to become more infrequent, and we may change the format a little bit. But Steve and I will continue to talk about D&D and other role-playing games in places where you can see them, because that's what we enjoy doing, and that's what I do for a living. So we're not going anywhere. All right. It is winner drawing giveaway time, and then we will read somebody. So
I need more arms to do a twin one. I don't have more arms to make a twin glove. I'm sorry.
300 tickets have been purchased for our giveaway. We are going to draw our lucky winner, and once again, this is a solid metal set of dice from Misty Mountain Gaming. It's one of our Elder Rune sets. It is the first set of dice that I ever bought from Misty Mountain Gaming, so it is absolutely my favorite of our metal sets. And it is going to the lucky winner, who is... Cameramala! Thank you so much for supporting the stream, for coming in and checking us out, for watching us the past couple of weeks. Go into the community Discord, find me, the D&D Wannabe. The Discord image is my face. And send me your shipping information, and I will get these shipped out to you within the week. You will be able to...
Llama.
I don't know if you
Llama.
have any of our dice yet. You're so new to the community. I don't know.
They have a
what your
shirt
dice
from me,
collection
I can
is
tell you
like.
that much.
Congratulations.
Cameron, thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you for being a subscriber to Misty Mountain Streaming. And congratulations on your win. If you are watching this stream on YouTube after the fact, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. More episodes are coming, and more in this vein, and more different things by other creators on our stream. Different kind of vein, Erik.
Sorry.
No.
If we don't die immediately.
Right. And if you
Which-
are
Sorry,
watching
just
on
I mean, you know.
Twitch,
Maybe,
follow the
but-
channel because more TTRPG goodness is coming your
If
way.
you cut me, little D and D's come out, little ampersands and D's come out.
Stick around for the raid, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on another Monday. And in case you don't hear it anywhere else this week, and I oh so sincerely hope that you do, please remember and always know we love you guys. See you next time.